What's the deal, my people? You know it is Don Tony Teflon, and I'm back at you with another one. And this one is the pregame motherfucking show, season 7, episode 2, predictions Q&A. And I am joined, if you do not know what the pregame show is, I am joined by different guests over a half an hour period of time. And then we all take your questions, and we talk about what we think is going to happen in this episode. So first and foremost, let me introduce the person that is rocking with me for this first half an hour. He is none other than Don Willie.
Valamogolis, everybody. This is Don Willie back again with my man Tony Teflon, and so glad to be back on the pregame show. And can't wait for tonight's episode. Last week's episode was good. Hopefully, this one will be even better.
No doubt about it. Last night's episode was very good, but this one has to be better. So, what do you think are we going to get? What's going to be the big thing that we get on this episode, Don?
The big thing that we get on this episode, I think the big thing that a lot of people are expecting and waiting for is Nymeria. We saw the little preview of Nymeria, and for the book readers out there, we're hoping we'll get to see the wolf pack. That would be crazy, but somehow I doubt it's going to be 100 deep, but I would love to see the wolf pack.
No doubt. I think the Wolf Pack would be great. I'm asking this to y'all in the chat too. What are you looking forward to this episode? What do you think that we're going to see? What's going to be the most shocking moment? I'd say what up to Big E. He said, thank you, Tony Teflon, for dropping knowledge on Game of Owns podcast. Speaking of that real quick, I was on the Game of Owns podcast, their most recent podcast. So if you can, go to Game of Owns, download that podcast, put it in there, and put comments and tell them how much you love me and all that good stuff and everything else. Me personally, I think that we're going to get the huge sea battle. And I think that this sea battle may be crazy. Don Willie, do you think that this sea battle is going to be the best battle that we see all year, or the best that we ever seen? You think it's going to be better than Battle of the Bastards?
Yo, that's a tough one. Listen, this is only the second episode. I don't think they want to blow their load too early. But Euron has to come out strong. Last week he was talking mega shit. And listen, if it was two-handed Jamie might have cut him down right in that throne room. But I think that in order for them to establish Euron as the super villain that he claims he's gonna be, because remember, the actor said in an interview that Euron is gonna make Ramsay look like a little boy, so he's gonna have to do something real big, and so that means the sea battle's got to be epic.
So, what do you think it's going to be he's going to do that's going to make him seem so much more ferocious than Ramsay? We've seen Ramsay fillet people, we've seen Ramsay kill people with dogs. What could he do to make himself bigger than Ramsay?
He's got to kill someone special. Like Ramsay, fucked up Theon at a point where people didn't like Theon to begin with. He raped and tortured Sansa. And it's crazy because, Sansa wasn't a lot of people's favorite characters, but that's someone that we actually cared about. So in order for him to top Theon, the top Ramsay, he's gotta kill someone in a very brutal fashion, and it's gotta be number one in a way that's not expected, and number two, it's gotta be someone that we thought was safe.
Exactly. I think that maybe they will show some people, maybe, if he does, do you think he's going to capture the Sand Snakes and Yara? Do you think that that's going to go down and he's going to bag them up?
Yeah.
So just ask that question. What is the gifts? Do you think this is the gifts? These are the gifts that he gets. I know because Tyrion, but do you think it's Tyrion or do you think it's something?
Nah. There's no way he's getting Tyrion. Tyrion is staying on Dragonstone with Dany. Tyrion has no reason to leave Dragonstone as of yet. So unless Euron is going to invade Dragonstone, which I doubt he is, it's going to be an attack on Daenerys' fleet. And Yeah, I'm thinking he captures the sand. You know, if not all of the sand snakes, you know, at least 1 to 2 out of the three. Probably Ilaria sand, and I think they already showed photos of him capturing Yara, and so yeah, man. Now whether or not he kills Yara, that's gonna be the kicker right there. You know, because obviously he's gonna turn over any sand snakes or anyone from Dorne to Cersei for them killing Marcella or whatever may have you. But Yara, he's going to want to save himself. So I think that if he does anything brutal, it's going to be to Yara. And for the fact that it's his own family, I think, like I said, for them to establish him as a supervillain, he's going to want to do something really horrible to her.
No doubt. So we got two terms that we use on Teflon TV. So we don't call Yara Yara, we call Yara Yarsha. That's Teflon TV tagline. Yarsha, Greyjoy, we call her that. And we also call Shade of the Evening Purple Drink, because that's what Lil Wayne be sipping on, right? So this is what it's going on here. So keep those, hashtag those out. We know the purple drink that Euron be getting. T-Baby says we didn't get no purple. We don't get no blue lips, no eye patch or anything else like that. So Don Willie, what else are you looking forward to in this show? Besides that, do you think that we are going to see Jon Snow finally meet up with Daenerys in this episode?
Nah, you know what? I actually don't think he'll meet Daenerys in this particular episode. I think that there's still a lot that needs to happen with him and Sansa because, you know, and it's funny. A real quick aside. A few months ago, I did a video with Dan from Talking Thrones about plot leaks, and I don't even remember half of that shit. But the one thing I do remember is saying that Sansa and Jon were going to have beef this year, and people in the comments were calling me all kinds of names and saying I was stupid and all that shit. And I would just like to ask any of those idiots, did you see last week's episode? Because, yo, we saw that there's conflict, and I read the description on DVR for this episode, and it said Jon faces a revolt. And I don't think that's going to be in a vacuum. I think Sansa is going to have something to do with that. So, yeah, I would just like to say, fuck you haters.
Yeah, you know, but what we're seeing, is it possible that Sansa could be running game? Could she just be doing this for show for Littlefinger and making them think that she has beef with them?
She could be. I mean, but it's like, damn, yo, that's one of those things where it's kind of like, all right, well, what is she trying to do? Because, like, all right, if this is her way of setting up Littlefinger, it's also going to alienate her from Jon as well, because, you know, she's doing this in a very public fashion. And if none of the other Northern Lords know that all of this is just to try to set up Littlefinger somehow, then it's going to cause real animosity.
Yeah, it would have to be something that she's doing on her own. Like, I think that's the only way to really show her arc, to show her that she's learned something, is that she's able to pull this off, really just fight in front of everyone to make them seem like. We are now joined by my co-host, finally able to make it here. He had a family emergency he had to take care of, but he still got here in time to hang out with us, and we are blessed to have him. The one, the only, the king of the north, Mojini, baby.
What's going on, folks? What's going on, Tef? It's Mojini, baby. Let's get it on, man. And I'm definitely telling you, Don Willie, Sansa is manipulating Littlefinger. She is pulling a doozy on him. And you're going to find out at the end of this season, Littlefinger's going to get Littlefingered by Sansa, homie.
I mean, listen, it could possibly happen. I'm keeping the banner up until it does, though. Because I'll be honest with you, yeah, me and Tony kind of came up with the same idea of how Littlefinger is going to die, and if they do it differently in the show, I need some logical thread of how that happens, because there, you know, as far as we know, right now, there's literally only one person that should be able to facilitate Littlefinger's downfall, and that person is the Hound. So without him meeting Sansa or meeting Arya, I don't understand how Littlefinger gets killed, and it actually makes sense.
Yeah, when I look at Littlefinger, you see from the very first time you're introduced to Littlefinger, he's cunning. He's able to manipulate a lot of people. He's able to get his way. He's a master with money. He's a master conman. He's got a spy network. He got everything. But if you look at the one consistent flaw he has in his character, is he's got this stalking mentality. He's very obsessive when he likes someone. He's held a torch for Catelyn Stark since he was a child, all the way to the hell he was a grown-ass man. All right, so I think that one flaw is the same flaw that's going to be his downfall, because now he has that same flaw for Sansa Stark, and I think that she can manipulate him that way. We also see Varys, who's ultimately the same as Littlefinger, and he says that the reason why he's able to do the things he does is because he doesn't think about sex. So I think that could be the one thing Varys has over Littlefinger, and I think that could be Littlefinger's downfall, his dependence on women. All right, everybody in the chat, we are here to take your questions. Mo G is going to grab any question that you put down there, and then we will read out the questions, and we will say the questions and stuff like that. So please put your questions for this season right now for episode 2, or even if you're talking about the people, the episode that just passed, you could put questions in there for that, and we will definitely take that. So what was your favorite moment from last week's episode? Don Willie, then Mo right after.
My favorite moment from that one, it's a toss-up between Lyanna Mormont, schooling Lord Glover, and Arya with the Lannister soldiers. And I say Arya with the Lannister soldiers because this is one of the first times we see soldiers who aren't being just dicks just to be dicks. These are just regular guys who got pulled into a war, and it's just like, all right, I gotta go do all this crazy shit. And while Arya's sitting up there like, all right, do I have a reason to kill him? And she's asking questions, trying to see it, like, all right, can I kill him because they did this, or can I kill him because they did that? It's like, nah, you got no reason to kill any of these dudes. These are just regular dudes who are following orders, and they don't want to be here. So I like the fact that she had to sit back and realize that just because someone is wearing a different uniform, that doesn't automatically make them evil.
No doubt, no doubt. Mogini, what was your favorite moment from last week's episode?
If I gotta choose just one scene from last season that really tickled my fancy, you know what I mean, that got the fancy all tickled, I'm gonna have to say it was the Hound scene with Beric Dondarrion, man, with the nod to the book readers, the grave digger theory. They just gave us all of that. And on top of that, they showed how remorseful the Hound really was, man. The Hound was sorry that he stole that gold from that old man and his daughter. He told them when he was burying him, he said, I'm sorry that you died. I'm sorry this happened to you. So that tells you that Hound.
But the guy robbed him. This is after the fact, right? So, I mean, he still robbed that motherfucker, all right?
That was old Hound, though. That's not the new Hound, though. The new Hound is not robbing an old man and his daughter like that. I guarantee you that, man. That was a huge scene for me, for D&D to do the Gravedigger in there with that scene, man. It was serious.
All right, so Fernando T just donated $10. Thank you very much. We'll put that to good use, and he wants to talk about this Hound and the sword scene. Now, if you haven't seen The Gray Area, a very close friend of mine and a great YouTuber, please subscribe to her channel if you have not done it. She has said that has a video out that's saying that Beric Dondarrion is in possession of Dawn. And then one of the reasons that she says it is that because this time when he lights the sword, you can physically see he does not use his blood to light it. She also says that the pummel that she likes to call a nipple looks exactly like it. She shows a close-up shot of it and everything else. So I'm gonna ask you both, what do you think? Do you think that Beric Dondarrion is holding Dawn, Don Willie, then Mo?
I haven't seen that particular video as of yet. So look, you know, she normally does very good research. So I trust that she believes what she's saying.
Mm-hmm. But what do
personally, I don't think so though.
Okay.
I don't think that he would have Dawn. I think Dawn is too important of a sword for Beric Dondarrion to just be rolling around with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I guess some of the points is like this, that in the books especially, we know his squire is a Dane. He was married to a Dane. So that could be a connection of how he could have this sword. What do you think, Mo? Genie may not have seen the video, but do you think that it's possible that Dawn is in possession of Beric Dondarrion?
I saw the video. I was on Twitter earlier. I saw the video, and I looked at the sword, and the hilt is different. The main part of the sword might look similar, you know, to the naked eye, but the hilt is definitely different. And why on earth would Beric Dondarrion have one of the most important swords in the story? This is what people have to realize. Like, people are so desperate, you know, to turn theories into reality that they'll take any little bit that they can get off the internet. Beric Dondarrion has no business being around this sword. Ned Stark took this sword. So how did Beric get it if Ned took it, folks?
Yeah, so as I said, Gray Areas, my girl, she does a lot of good research. Her determination, I'm going to try to give her points from what I've seen in her video. Her talking points are exactly that. We know that Edric Storm is Beric Dondarrion's squire, so she would have the connection to the sword from that. He's down with House Dane. He was married to a member of House Dane, so it would be a connection from that. From the books, from the show that we've seen, we don't know what Ned Stark did with the sword. They never said that in the show whatsoever. So it is, when I look at the whole situation, a good possibility that that could be Dawn. I always thought that Dawn would be in the Crypts of Winterfell. I'm hoping it's in the Crypts of Winterfell because I want to be right, goddammit. But I'm saying the sword does light up without him using his blood this time. Why is that? There has to be a reason for that. I mean, I never thought about it before, but we see specifically when he does it, when he lights his sword on fire, he cuts himself, but this time he doesn't cut himself. He's just able to light it on fire. I have to go back and take a look and see again if I really do believe that it is, but it does make a lot of sense that he could have possession of this sword. So I definitely have to check it out. And if you haven't checked out that video, please, everyone out in the chat, check that video out for yourselves. And you put what you think. Do you think that it's possible that Dawn's going to be there? So let me ask you this question. Do you think that Dawn will be in this show? Are we going to see Dawn again? Will Jon Snow wield Dawn? I mean, so if we do see it, who do you think would wield Dawn? Don Willie?
I mean, look, you know, if we're going by kind of the foreshadowing that they've done, I think that Jon has to wield Dawn at some point. The question is, how would he get the sword? Again, like I said, I haven't seen a Gray Areas video, so I'm not gonna speak to what evidence she might have actually put in the video. But like I said, I think that they didn't show the sword for no reason. But the question is, you know, what does Jon do with Longclaw? Then how does he get Dawn if he does get it? I mean, maybe Howland Reed presents it to him. But yeah, I don't think you show a sword with that kind of importance and then never have one of the main characters, especially the guy who, as Ramsay said, the way they talk about him, he's the greatest swordsman who ever lived. I don't think you have the greatest swordsman who ever lived not have the greatest sword in Westeros.
I hear you. All right, Mo, what do you think? Are we going to see Dawn? Is that going to happen? And if so, how are we going to see Dawn? How's it going to get in the hands of Jon Snow?
The thing is, right, like, I meant no disrespect to Gray Areas video or whatever. I was just giving you my 2 cents on it. Basically, people think that Ned Stark took that sword back to Starfall after he killed Arthur Dayne. That's BS. He didn't take it all the way back to Starfall, then go all the way back to Winterfell. This was like a 5-week trip to go from Starfall and back to the Tower of Joy and then back to Winterfell. Ned Stark just killed the greatest swordsman that ever lived. He's keeping the greatest swordsman who ever lived stored as a trophy. And it's back in Winterfell. It's in the crypts of Winterfell. And you're going to see when Jon goes down there this season to find out his true parentage, he's going to find the sword down there. D&D showed us that sword on the show at the Tower of Joy at Jon's birth, when he's born at the bedside. And when they're going to show us that sword again on the television show when Jon finds out who his mother is, folks.
I hear you. That sounds very plausible and stuff like that. We have our next guest up right now. Don, really, you know, usually we ask people to leave, but since you got in here a little late, is it possible that you could stay this next half hour too? We can just do a double-fisted guest right now. Is that possible?
Yeah, man. Yeah. And plus, you know, I wanted to kick it with Phil anyway. So yeah, you know, it's all
there
good.
it is. We are now the pregame motherfucking show. As you know, we have different guests every half an hour. And for this half an hour, we're going to do a double guest down. Double fisted up in this motherfucker. And we are chilling. And we are greeted by the one, the only Phil, the fucking issues motherfucking guy. What up, Phil?
Is it time fucking yet? Are we there yet? What the fuck? Great to be here, guys. Great to talk to you. I was listening to your discussion ahead of time. Great to see Don, Willie, and Mo and Tony as always. Thank you for inviting me. Let's get to it.
No doubt. So we have a donation here from Catherine D. Root, and she says, I am still confused about how Meera killed the other last season. Can you guys talk about her fate, please? Also, love the show. Tony, well, thank you. We love that you love the show, and we would take it. We would definitely talk about that. And I think that Meera, when she killed them with a dragon glass spear to the neck. I think that's how it happened. I think that's how she took it out. So, Phil, what do you think we're going to see with Meera? Are we going to see her much longer, or is it over for us and Meera? We got a little bit attached to her. What are you thinking there?
I don't know. That's a good question. And I think that's going to be the answer that what it really comes down to is people want to know, are we going to see Howland Reed? I mean, Meera's great and all, you know, maybe she'll give Bran a little peek here and there, you know, to show Bran, to see if it all can work, like Augustus Hill, you know, it still works, can still get it hard and rock the wife if he has to. But no, I think it's going to be a good test in these next couple of episodes if she is just going to disappear off the face of the earth, or if we're going to see her, if she's going to make a statement like, I'm going back home and I'll be back with help or something like that. So that's what I hope to see. I hope we get a quick scene with her that says, I'll be back later to go help in this final battle, leave, and then comes back with Howland. That's what I hope happens.
Nice. Don Willie, what do you think the fate of Meera is?
Yeah, you know what? I'd have to agree with Phil. I mean, listen, you know, she's south of the wall again. There's no reason for her to be carrying Bran around anymore. They got the Night's Watch to do that. Somebody will send a Raven, get him to Winterfell. I think she goes to look for her father, and yeah, either comes back with him or he comes back alone with the sword. But I mean, there's not much more for her to do, you know, at this particular point. But I don't think that she's gonna die, or she could. Who knows, man? You know, with the way this shit is going, man, it seems like they're just gonna be like, all right, unless you're, you know, someone who's main cast, you might get slaughtered. So I hope she doesn't die. I hope she reintroduces Howland Reed to the story. And I hope she has a couple of badass fighting scenes, because I would love to see Meera do some fighting.
No doubt. Mo, Jenny, what do you think is going on with Meera Reed?
What's up, Phil? Dude, I mean, Meera looked exhausted, man. She looked so tired. She looked like she was birthing a bear when she got to the wall, man. She got to the wall and knocked on that door and was telling Ed, like, man, get this kid off of me, man. This is Brandon Stark of House Winterfell. Get this kid away from me. I'm done carrying him around the woods from now on. He's your problem now. Bran just was chilling in the seat. He was chilling in the seat, you know, having a good old time. You know, Meera's tired, man, and I don't know what she's going to do. Meera just wants to go home. And maybe that's how we see Howland Reed. Maybe Meera says, Bran, I'm sorry, but I'm tired of lugging your ass around these woods. I'm going the hell home. And that's how we
speaking about, I think, do we need Howland Reed? I mean, I know that Bran Stark knows that of Jon's birthright, but no one is Bran going to grab every High Lord and bring him into the dream? So we need someone that was physically present that also knows that. Is that the only person that could do that? Howland Reed, Phil? Do we think we get Howland Reed eventually because of that?
I do think he's the only physical person that could do that. Anyone else would just be hearsay and conjecture. Like Littlefinger can talk about the rumors. Other people can mention like bullshit or stuff that they've heard in a similar way. The only way to really prove it from a firsthand knowledge, the firsthand source, so to speak, would be through Howland Reed. But I question kind of what you were just saying, Tony, if for expediting purposes, they cut that out and they have it just be a download from Bran where he just Vulcan mind melds Jon in this cheesy sort of like where Jon touches a tree and Bran touches a tree and then we inside the past and Jon sees it with his own eyes. That seems very television to me.
No doubt. What do you think, Don Willie? Are we getting Howland Reed? And if not, how are we going to find out about Jon's birthright?
We got to get Howland Reed because, I mean, that would – come on, man. How fucked up would that be that we see Howland Reed from, like, almost 20 years ago, and then you just never see him again? Just, oh, that's Howland Reed, Meera's father. And then that's it? Like, are you fucking kidding me? No. There's got to be Howland Reed, and either it's going to be Bran that tells him, the whole truth. But the thing about it is, do we know that Bran has went further into that vision? Because yes, Bran saw Jon being birthed, but unless he really stayed in that vision and decided to follow that to its logical conclusion, he may have just been like, holy shit, Lyanna had a kid. And listen, by show logic, that might have been where Bran checked out. So we might need Howland Reed to actually tell Jon, what happened at the Tower of Joy, because, they might just say that, after seeing that, Bran just was like, all right, I got other shit to do. This is not that important.
No doubt. Mogini?
At this point, I think Howland Reed is like a fairy tale. I think the man is just fairy dust at this point. I don't even know if he exists. I think he's just like, something they tell kids, to go to sleep. He's like the tooth fairy at this point. Howland Reed, are we going to see him? I don't know. I mean, do you believe in Santa Claus? Maybe.
I think that he's the only one. I mean, unless Sam is going to have some type of book, but I still don't even know if that's proof enough if Sam has some type of record. I don't know. I still think they will need a physical person to agree with this story that Bran is saying to make people believe it. So I would think it would have to go that route. I also think it's quite possible with Daenerys that he just the dragons have some type of affection for him. What happened, Phil?
Just a quick question about in that room. Just because I'm trying to remember, I haven't rewatched it, and I'm just trying to think about in the book. Were any maesters present in the room with the baby and the blood? Were there any? No one else was present besides Howland, Ned, and
the wet nurses.
And the wet nurses are all gone.
I don't know if Wyla's dead, if they're all dead, but I don't know if anyone's going to believe her anyway. She's a wet nurse,
Very true.
So I don't know. So what we're going to go through some of the questions y'all asked. Mogini has them lined up, so we'll go through a couple of these questions real quick, and then we'll go back and we'll keep sending in questions, and we'll keep talking about. Before we do that, I'm going to ask Phil this question. What was your favorite moment of last episode?
I was listening to you guys talk about there's a couple of scenes here and there that were really great. Watching back on a second watch, I really enjoyed the Hound staring into the fire and having that vision and watching the Hound's face as he discovers what the fuck that there are supernatural forces in this world. I think into this season, the things that I'm most excited about is seeing characters like Littlefinger, Cersei, Jaime, these people that have never seen anything outside of the shit that they see in front of them, being exposed to this crap, and the Hound being a cynic, ultimately someone that doesn't believe in shit, looking at that fire and seeing something with his own eyes. Just great acting job, and I think on my rewatch especially, that was my favorite moment.
No doubt, no doubt. Mo Genie, what's the first question we answering here?
First question here comes from the homegirl, Dish Murphy. Shout out to her.
Murphy Brown.
Yes, sir. She asks, will we see Salvador Sand ever again? Will Davos seek him out to aid Jon this season?
All right, Phil, then Don Willie, then Mo. Let's go through them. We seeing Salvador Sand.
I think depending on the fate of the Greyjoys and all of that, if Davos needs him and they're in a pinch, we might see him again. I'm not positive though. I don't think so. If I was a betting man, which I am, I would bet on no.
Don Willie?
I say thee nay, good sir and my ladies. No, we will not see Salvador Sand. No more piracy. I think the only pirate that we're going to get from now on is the guy with the guy liner, the man who's auditioning for the Village People, Euron Greyjoy.
Are you saying that this man can do the YMCA? I've seen the Yankees do the YMCA when they're doing cleaning the field of unit, and it's very entertaining when I see him do it. So I would like to see him do the YMCA. Maybe a macho man. Let's see something. What are you thinking there, Mo? Are we seeing Salvador Sand?
I just don't see it happening. When I think of Salvador Sand, his story is so tied up with Stannis' story in the books that now Stannis is dead on the show. There's absolutely no need for Salvador Sand, even though him and Davos are boys. I mean, it's just his story's tied with Stannis' whole march going to Winterfell in the books. Spoilers for anybody who hasn't read the books yet. So on the show, definitely not Dish Murphy.
No, I hear you. I don't know if we're gonna see Salvador Sand. I don't think so. I wish we would, but if I had to pick a gun to my head, I would say no. What up to everyone in the motherfucking chat? Let's go through a couple of people. What up to the one true David Adams? What up to Peter Griffin? What up to Valar Margulis? What up to Dan N? What up to Scout Teeny Productions? What up to Sam R09? What up to Phil H? What up to M Hayes? What up to Dish Murphy Brown? What up to Big E? What up to my girl Peach? What up to Tyrion Jr. Landstock? These names, they get tricky. And you hear Tyrion, you just want to figure it out the regular way, but you got to say it the right way. What up to Renee M. of House Dog? What up to Throne Talk? What up to my girl Gray Area? What up to Joe Swag? If you can, what up to Timo 30? If you can help a brother out, please hit that thumbs up button for me. Let's get this up. You know what I mean? Let's try to get this going if I can. You know what I mean? Let's see how many likes I can get. In all honesty, out of all the videos I ever made, I only have 400 likes. That's the most I ever gotten. So let's see how many likes we can get tonight. Maybe we could break that record tonight if you help a brother out. So, Mo Genie, next question, please, if you have it.
Next question is from Rebecca Ranglove. What other secrets will Sam find at the Citadel?
Phil, what secrets will Sam find out at the Citadel? And we know he has the Valyrian steel sword with him too, so let's remember that he did bring that there. Maybe that helped give a clue to what he's going to find out. But what do you think there, Phil?
I might have to recuse myself on this one because I may have been soiled to some potential spoiler leaks or something like that. So I'm going to recuse myself on this, but I think he may learn some other information.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh my goodness. Not the spoilers, Phil.
I'm sorry. I have to recuse myself on that one. Someone sent me a spoiler and I can't answer that question without saying some shit.
All right, I appreciate that. I appreciate the respect for the people in the chat. We know Sam is serving a lot of poop soup. So what is going on, Don Willie? What is Sam gonna do at the Citadel? What's going on there with him?
All right. Listen, if I had to guess, if Sam stays at the Citadel for the entire season, I think he could learn how to make Valyrian steel. I think that is utterly super important. You know, we've already seen the little Easter egg with Dragon Glass, and we know that's going to be important. I think that somehow Valyrian steel will require Dragon Glass, and I think that in one of those books that either Sam has now or could obtain later, there will be the secret to Valyrian steel.
No doubt, no doubt. I have made a video about this a long time ago. You could check the facts. Sam will kill Grayscale. Let's go. That's what his part is there. And I think that's as far as it goes. We're going to keep going on Sam real quick. Now, we know that Jaqen H'ghar is casted this season. That's the rumor. I think it's 99.9% true that he's casted. What is his role? Are we going to see that book, Jaqen? Are we going to see him at the Citadel? Or is he off doing something else? What about that, Phil? Do you know anything about that?
I'm going to go over to Mo quickly to get Mo to answer the Sam question because I think we missed Mo. Mo, what do you think about
sorry about that. Mo, answer that question. Then you can go right into the other one too, Mo.
I think Sam will possibly figure out how to use wildfire in a certain way to defeat the White Walkers. Kind of
to make it to learn the secret of making wildfire.
Possibly what Don Willie said on learning how to make Valyrian steel by using wildfire. Right. The Alchemist Guild in King's Landing used wildfire for their purposes. I don't think we know the full purposes of what wildfire was for. And the Easter egg that we got last episode where Sam was reading the book and it said that the Targaryens used to decorate their Valyrian steel with dragon glass. I think there's something important there, and I think wildfire might have to do with it.
Nice. Without a doubt. So on to the second part of the question. What was it? I forgot now. I'm drinking.
Me too. Will Jaqen H'ghar show up and will he be a part of Sam's story? I think if he is to show up and if the casting news is right, I don't see any other place for him to show up. It's the place that makes the most sense for him in the story right now. He's not going to connect back with Arya. That story with the two of them is pretty much done unless he comes back and kills her or something to be like, you know, one last thing. But I think that's a place that definitely does make sense for him to show up and in that. Because he's bouncing around everywhere. It's good. It'll be interesting to see him in another section of Westeros again.
Don Willie, what are you thinking about that? Jaqen H'ghar, Sam the Slay. He's going to take him out. Is this what's happening here?
I mean, you know, it's funny because I think that Sam is going to wind up killing Jaqen H'ghar in the books. In the show, I'll be honest with you, man. It's kind of hard to know what his role is supposed to be. I mean, because we saw him let Arya go, so unless there's a new contract, I don't understand what his role would be in Westeros unless he somehow got a new contract. So I don't know. I mean, I've heard that the Iron Bank is supposed to be back. Maybe the Iron Bank has contracted the Faceless Men to assassinate someone who owes them money. Yeah, man, I'm at a loss.
I hear you. Mo Genie, what do you think? You at a loss for words here? You got something for it, Jaqen H'ghar? Is he coming back? And if so, what's his role when he comes back?
I think he'll come back, but I don't think it'll be this season. I think something strange where, you know, Arya has to go do something. Actually, she's going to King's Landing this season, so maybe they run into each other in King's Landing. Maybe Jaqen, you know, is like a predator right now, if you ever seen the Predator movies, and he's hunting her like Schwarzenegger and the Predator in the woods. And, you know, he just shows her his face and lets her know that he's following her and he can still see her. And, you know, they maybe have a showdown. I don't know. She's still nowhere near as skilled as him. So if there was a fight to happen between them, she would definitely die. But I just feel like Jaqen has some sort of love-hate type of feels towards Arya. So he will see her.
No doubt. We have a question here from the great Renee M. of House Dark with a donation. Thank you very much for that. And she says, if Arya doesn't kill the Lannister soldiers, will she regret it in the long run, like Ollie's situation? What are you thinking about that, Phil? Do you think that Arya will kill the Lannister soldiers that we've seen, or will we find out that she did kill them?
I'm such a bloodthirsty motherfucker because I'm wishing that she does kill them, just because I want to believe she's just some crazed, out of control dog that's like gotten a taste for blood and now just wants to kill people. I don't know why I like that concept, and it's sick that I'm behind her so much. I'm like, yeah, do it, Arya, kill her. But I could see it. That is definitely a direction. I didn't even think about that. That's an interesting take on it. That it lets them go. They do something really horrible, and she'll have to live to regret that she didn't kill them. That'd be an interesting, and learn the lesson that kill first, ask questions later. That could be very beneficial for her later on when dealing with some other characters.
Nice, nice. What are you thinking about that, Don Willie?
I mean, well, here's the thing, though, right? So wouldn't her killing them kind of be breaking guest right? I mean, they invited her to come and eat with them, guest first. She ate the food. I know it's not bread and salt, but it's still kind of the same thing. And it's like, look, these guys were just regular guys, doing what they were told. And again, they didn't really want to be there. So, like what in terms of character development, other than it just showing that Arya is not a regular person anymore, that she just has no feelings, like what particular purpose would it serve?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that was supposed to that scene was supposed to show that Arya is not a bloodthirsty killer, in my opinion. That's what that scene is supposed to show. And one of those guys, said, I'd rather be back, with my dad on a boat fishing. That tells you that he's a fisherman from Lannisport. He's just a Lannisport kid. You know what I mean? So these were regular guys, and it would have been breaking guest right if Arya killed them. Most definitely, Don Willie.
I'm going to have to go with Phil on this one. I wish she does kill those motherfuckers. I wish we just come back and just show them all carved up and poked full of holes. They're trying to run from the swords, and some are laying on their stomach just slaughtered. That's what I want to see from Arya. I want her to kill, kill, kill. Speaking of killing Arya, let's stay here for a second. We've seen the wolf in the trailer. Now, is this Nymeria? Will she run into Nymeria? Is this what's going on? Phil, the issues guy, what say you?
Tony, you cracked me the fuck up. I think ultimately it's not Nymeria that we see in the trailer, but it's about 2 seconds before we see Nymeria. It's going to be, oh shit, what's that? Oh, is that you? Fuck, that's you. It's going to be kind of like just a turnaround moment like that. But I think we are definitely, they wouldn't show us that wolf. That if they don't give us the wolf pack in this episode, that's the biggest fuck you ever. That's just, they're just dangling those wolf balls in front of our face, right? I mean, no, it's a girl wolf. Whatever. They're just dangling the wolf in front of our wolf vagina. No, dangling that wolf in front of our eyes. They better give it to us. They better give us the reach around if they're going to fuck us like that.
What do you think, Don Willie, on the situation right there?
I mean, listen, man, they better not screw us and just show us a regular fucking wolf and not give us Nymeria. I mean, like, God damn it, we don't ever get to see Ghost anymore. We fucking killed off all the other wolves. Can we get Nymeria just one fucking time? Just one, even if it's just one fucking episode, can we get Nymeria? Look, they said they cut down the episodes so they could fucking have more money in the budget for CGI. So I don't want to hear shit about, you could budget constraints. Fuck that. I want to see that goddamn wolf.
Hey, listen, hashtag wolf balls is about to be trending right now. Wolf tea bags is about to be trending right now. Let's see with you, Mo. Do you think we're getting Nymeria finally? Is that what's going to happen after the rock tossed by Arya to get rid of her? Is she going to come back to her rescue?
Damn it, man. Damn it. You remember how last season we all thought we were going to get Lady Stoneheart, and then the Hound meets up with the Brotherhood Without Banners and pisses in the river, and that just deaded the whole Lady Stoneheart thing? I feel like this preview is like a setup to burn us so bad. You know, it's like stab us in the stomach with a burner, you know, just like Lady Stoneheart. I mean, they fucked us on Lady Stoneheart. Can we at least get Nymeria? Can we at least get Nymeria back? Please.
No, it was like you were talking, instead of getting wolf balls, we were going to get wolf blue balls.
Yeah. Those ain't good balls to get, wolf blue balls. I'm sure. I mean, I don't want any type of balls. I tell you the truth. That's just me. I don't want any type of balls. But wolf balls, hashtag them out there. Let's go. You know what's going on. Fill issues, guys. We're going to trend that on Twitter. We're going to get the wolf balls going tonight. Next question, Mo Genie, if we have one. I think we do. I think we have 1 billion.
Oh, man, we got 1 million questions here. We might be here all night with these questions. We got one here from Rich Shatwell III. Oh, I like that name, Shatwell. What episode will Gendry return?
All right, we're going to start with Phil. Phil, newest guest. We're going to see Gendry this year, and if so, what episode will that be?
Oh, it's tough to tell. I kind of thought it was going to be this episode, this episode that we're coming up here with Stormborn, but I don't know. I would say later in the season, episode 5 or 6, Gendry will show up.
All right, Don Willie.
Man, you know what? Listen, man, I'll be honest with you. I really don't know that I have a good answer for this one. So I don't want to get no bullshit.
Well, we know how many episodes there are this season. We could take a wild stab in the park here. I mean, you don't got to pull a James Buchel, who was on here last year, the pregame show, and just about banged everything out the park, that bastard right there. We're going to get him back probably next week, and we're going to talk about that, how right he was in just about everything he predicted the first episode of the pregame show. So let's just go. Let's shot in the dark there. What do you think there?
Yeah, Don Willie, I was just using my best Miss Cleo hat. I was like, yo, I'm going to think about what the fuck to say.
All right. Damn it, man. See, shit, and my mind just went blank. What the fuck was the question again?
What episode do you think that we are going to get Gendry?
Gendry.
Hey, pass that shit this way, Don Willie.
Shit. Gendry. You know what? I'll say episode 3.
All right. That's a
no, wait. No. Episode 4. Episode 4 will get Gendry.
Nice.
All right.
We got 4. We got Timo. Everyone else in the chat, put a number in the chat for the episode that you think Gendry's coming back, and I'm going to read those out. Mo, what do you think is going on with Gendry? What episode do you think he's coming back?
Yo, man, I heard at the beginning of this season, the director said they recorded something like 80 hours of BS content to throw off, what are those people called? Spoiler people. What are those things called? Script spoilers.
Uh-huh.
I think Gendry's scenes might have been fake scenes to throw people off.
I don't know. I think the man's there. There's too much evidence of him being there.
Yeah.
Why would he? They would really fly this motherfucker into fucking Ireland just to throw script writers off?
Yeah, hold up, man. Boji, what the fuck, man? Seriously, bro. Come on, man.
Hey, they said they recorded something like 80 hours of.
I feel you, but goddamn, that's too much trolling.
That's too much trolling. That's too far. You're going to fly in an actor to do that. That's great. I think when, we could go look at Shay, and she was there the other season, and people say that, but she was dating one of the actors that was there. I think that's why she was really there. So do you have an episode, Mo? Or are you really going to say you think they trolled us this hard?
No. I'm gonna go with late in the season. Real late in the season. I'd say 2 episodes before the season's done.
So 5?
About episode 5, 6, somewhere like that.
Right, so we go in the chat real quick. We got Pete says he'll be back in episode 6. We got Karjix, K Rich. We'll say K Rich. He says 3 or 4. Gray Area says 5. A Biotic Flux says 4. Donna Kraken Wit says 4. Red War says 4. Your favorite queen says 3. Tabitha Warren says 3. JD says 4 or 5. Phil 8 says 2. We have Dan N says 13, but I don't know what he's talking about there. Lady B says 3. Tina Sarah says 5. Aaron says 3. Joe Swag says 4. Andrea Silk says it's going to jump off tonight. Timo says, I think, 3. Wisconsin Warlock says 5. And Carlos Martinez says episode 6. So we have a lot of people that think it's going to happen in a lot of different times. I'm going to say if I have to pick one, I'm going to pick episode number 4 that he'll be back in. And I do believe that he's definitely going to be back in episode 4. So I know that Phil, without a doubt, he graced us to come up here. He has a lot to do, he told me earlier, but he still found the time to sneak in here with us and join us. So thank you, Phil the Issues, guys. Please tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me on Phil the Issues Guys channel here on YouTube. Check it out. We do lots of different shows, Better Call Saul, Vikings, Game of Thrones, and lots of other random content, some Star Trek stuff as well coming up soon with Discovery. I just saw Quinn jump in here, and we've been flirting with talking some Star Trek at some point. But everybody, thank you so much for checking it out. We'll be on after the episode airs at like 10:30 tonight, and can't wait to talk to you guys after the episode. Tony, as always, thank you for having me. Great to talk to you, Don Willie. Great to talk to you, Mo, and have a good night, Quinn. Talk to you soon.
No
I
doubt.
will
Talk to you soon, dude.
tonight. I'll be there right after the show, Philly.
No doubt. Don Willie, you've been here for an hour. Thank you for lasting with us. So please let the people know where you can find Don Willie, and please subscribe to Phil, and then please subscribe to Don Willie. And anyone who's been on this show, you can find their links at the end, probably tomorrow, because I got a lot to do today, but I'm going to try to put them up there. They will definitely be up there. Don Willie, let people know where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on Don of Ice and Fire. Also, you can find me on Hypes Watch, and ironically, I also do an after show as well with the Hypes Watch. A lot of people doing after shows this year, man. So yeah, you know, check me out with that. My solo review will be up tomorrow, and also I'm doing a series called Will It Happen in the Books, where I break down every episode and look at the events and try to predict whether or not those events will actually happen in either the Winds of Winter or a Dream of Spring. And then also on Fridays, I'm looking at whether or not the plot leaks were actually true. And Thursday nights, I do Ice and Fire opinions, where I take a character and I give my honest opinion on what I think about that particular character. Fuck all the popular shit. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
No doubt. So if you're looking for that raw dog stuff, you're looking for something every day of the week, Don Willie has you covered. Please check Don Willie out. Please check the Hypes Watch out. He's going to be live right after the show. Phil's going to be live right after the show. Baby, bounce back and forth. Give a little bit of love right here and a little bit of love right there, and spread the love so everyone can get some viewers and everything else, because everyone has difference of opinion. Don Willie, thank you for joining us. We will definitely have you on, most likely again next week. We'll see you. And right now, we are joined by the one, the only Ideas of Ice and Fire. You know him as Quinn. What is going on, Quinn? How are you?
Hey, what's up? I'm sorry I can't be on camera right now. I'm pretty sick, actually, but I had to hop on this.
I really do appreciate you coming in and feeling sick, and I really do appreciate you joining me and Mo Genie right here on the pregame show. So before we go on, I wanted to ask you this one question. What was your favorite moment from last week's episode?
The Hound burying the guy and his daughter was my favorite moment.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a really touching moment, and it was called back to the Gravedigger from A Feast for Crows, so I liked that. And yeah, I just thought it was a really beautiful scene.
No doubt about it. I thought that was a very good scene. All right, we got some more questions. We're going to go through the questions, Mo Genie.
Yes, indeedy. We got one from Sir L.T. Giles, the main man. Will we see Ghost at all this season?
Uh-oh. Quinn, what are you thinking about Ghost? Is Ghost done, or are we going to see him this year?
I'm pretty sure we're going to see him, because like they can't have a whole season without Ghost. That's Jon Snow's wolf. At least show him once. I know he wasn't at the Battle of the Bastards, and he should have been. but I feel like they can't do this whole season without Ghost. So yeah, I think they will.
No doubt. What do you think, Mo?
Damn, they're getting real cheap with that CGI money this season, man. But golly, they haven't shown him since Ramsay died. Ever since he killed Ramsay, we haven't seen Ghost, and they gotta show us something Starkish. You gotta give us that Starkish stuff in episodes, and anything Starkish. I don't even think we've seen Longclaw. We haven't seen Longclaw. We haven't seen Ghost. The only thing Starkish we've seen is that they're at Winterfell. I don't even think we've even seen the Stark banner. So they got to give us Ghost next episode.
I really wish they would. I really wish they would see him. I mean, I know a lot of people. I know it may people talking about incest, but we're talking about animals here, and this is what goes on. I know a lot of people think that it's quite possible that somehow Ghost can get with Nymeria, and we can get some direwolf puppies, and we can keep it all in the family and keep on going. That would be nice. I don't know if this is that guy's book series to have nice things like that in it. But I'm going to say we will at least see him this season. I don't know how much we're going to see him. When Jon goes beyond the wall in the trails that we've seen, I don't know if he's going to be there with him at that particular time. I don't know if that's going to be it. So, Quinn, let me ask you this question right now. The sea battle that is coming up, do you think that this is going to be the best battle that we see all season? Do you think it's going to be better than the Battle of the Bastards? Do you think this is going to be the best thing that we see? Or you think there's going to be even better battle later on?
I mean, I would hope that the Field of Fire would be better than the sea battle, but I don't know. I mean, from the trailer, the sea battle looks pretty good too. I mean, I don't know. This show has a way of like surprising me with the battles. Like they do tend to get better and better. So I don't know. It just depends. Depends on a lot of different things, like how much time they're putting into it, how much money they're putting into it. One battle may have a bigger budget than another battle, and the budget is, when it comes to like a big battle like this, the budget is everything. So it just depends.
Yeah, it definitely does. I know. We got a question. Mo, can you answer that? What do you think? Do you think this is going to be the best battle that we see all season? They have been. If you look at all the trailer stuff of most battles, the most footage we've seen is from the sea battle over all the other battles. You may see a little bit here, a little bit there. I would have to say maybe the Lannister stuff that we're seeing, Castle Rock, and the sea battle is the most that we're seeing. The Field of Fire really only getting like a couple of clips here, not as many of those two. So do you think that it's possible that the sea battle could be the best battle we see all year?
It's probably going to be something special because, I mean, Field of Fire 2.0 will probably just be Drogon owning a bunch of Lannister forces or whoever, and then that'll be the end of it. But the sea battle will kind of look like, you know, the way that Davos got thrown off with the wildfire back in season 2 or whatever, when Stannis' crew were attacking King's Landing. I can see it happening something like that, where guys are getting thrown off ships and ships are exploding. You know, maybe there's some wildfire thrown in like back in season 2. I don't know. But it definitely seems like the show is gearing up for a major sea battle.
I hear you. I'm going to say something real quick, a little anecdote that has nothing to do with Game of Thrones, but it happened. My friend, this girl I know, Yvonne, her daughter came up to her today and said, "Mommy, I want to play a game." And she said, "Okay, let's play princesses. You take this broom and be Cinderella." I really thought that was hilarious. And she posted a picture of her on Facebook, her daughter sweeping, crying and stuff. And she put that. Well, I thought that was hilarious. All right, Euron Greyjoy, Quinn. We've seen the swashbuckler last year. He's got a little bit more swag this year. Do you think that he claims that he's going to be more scarier than Ramsay Bolton ever is? Do you think that it's possible that this guy can actually pull that off?
I don't know. Like, how are they going to top Ramsay Bolton? Because I don't want to see Euron like torture a bunch of people. I'm like so over that. Like Ramsay wore me out with like the torturing people for no reason thing. I don't know. It depends on what he does. I don't he'd have to be more, he'd have to be like more like kind of psychologically evil. Like he'd have to do something that really, really fucks with the audience's mind. Like he'd have to do something that affects a character that like we all love. So maybe it depends on how far this show is willing to go. I mean, if he kills Tyrion in some gruesome, fucked up way, then I feel like
Tyrion. You think that is Tyrion?
Probably not. That's what I'm saying. It's like how far is the show willing to go to make people hate this character?
Yeah.
So yeah, it depends.
Yeah, I would just think that he would really have to show. I think it would have to really be stuff going on in the boat. I think they would have to show different things that happen in the boat. And if they did do, if they showed what we've seen in the Forsaken chapter on the boat, I think that's the only way it could really come across on TV if it goes down like that. Mojini, you with us? You there?
Yeah. What was the question?
What do you think? You think that Euron, he claims that he's going to be more scarier than Ramsay Bolton. He's going to make Ramsay Bolton look like a child. What could he possibly do to make Ramsay Bolton look like a child after Ramsay Bolton's fed people to the dogs and stuff like that?
The way I could see that happening, is if he somehow got a hold of Miss Sunday and raped her and sent her raped self back to Danny. You feel me? Like some real nasty business, man. I'm talking real nasty. How many people would be mad if they found out Miss Sunday got raped?
I'm just mad just hearing you say it.
Exactly. This is what I'm talking about. And then she got pregnant with his baby or something. I'm talking real evil stuff, man. This is Euron Greyjoy. Euron, the captain of the 14 Seas. If you read the books, you know how nasty he is. The man is sleeping with the devil in the books. In the show, they don't even show the dusky woman. In the books, he's sleeping with the dusky woman, folks. And we might think that is a warged warlock. That's who me and Teflon think that is. Euron's an evil dude.
So it could be so if Victorian is sleeping with the dusky woman, it's possible that Euron sent that gift. Euron sent that gift to him. We know that Euron's gifts are all poison. This is a book thing, so but we're gonna ask Quinn this because he loves the books, and we're mostly book people here, but we love the show too. But what's going on with that dusky woman, Quinn? Do you have anything about that dusky woman, real quick?
Not in particular. Nothing that I want to say here just right now.
It's the devil.
That means he has a video coming up.
that means he's got a video coming up. That's what that means.
Definitely look out for Ideas of Ice and Fire. Subscribe to his channel if you want to know more about the Dusky one. There's something coming up there. He's got something. He's just trying to hold it back. All right, let's go to the questions. Mojini, we got one.
Yeah, I got one here from JY, and he wants to know, are Jon and Tyrion gonna have the relationship they had when they last saw each other at the Wall? What can we expect when they meet each other this season?
What's going down, Quinn? How you feel about that?
I think mutual respect for one another, because they've always kind of had that, and I feel like now that Tyrion will see that Jon Snow is king of the North, he survived the Wall, he survived the White Walkers, and then Jon will look at Tyrion and see that he's the hand of Daenerys Targaryen. I think there'll be that mutual respect. I don't think they'll clash. I think they'll get along.
What do you say, Mo? How is it going to be with Jon Snow and them?
They're definitely not gonna, be dapping each other up or anything, giving each other chest bumps and all that. But they definitely gonna give each other a firm handshake, and I mean real firm. There's gonna be some respect in that handshake.
I think it also could be some jealousy there, because I think if Dany jumps on Jon's dick with the quickness, I think Tyrion may be a little bit jealous about that. So and we don't know, Tyrion could be, Tyrion is a nice guy in the show, but he's pretty mean in the books, and quite possibly he could judge Jon. He still think Jon's a bastard, or consider him that, and think that he's above Jon, especially if it comes to love and stuff like that, and he wants him and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I have to say. It definitely could be a crazy situation going on there with them. But who knows? I think that maybe they have Tyrion too nice and maybe not have him have that conflict. But I would like to see a darker side of Tyrion. I mean, they showed a little bit of it, but I'd like to see exactly, the Tyrion that we see in the books, if we could have a little bit more of that and stuff like that. We got I don't know what that is. Stephen Hart, he says, $5. Do you think Bran and Sansa take Sansa into a vision to see Littlefinger betraying Ned in the throne room through the God's Wood? What do you think about that, Quinn? Do you think that's possible? Is that Bran going to expose Littlefinger for the crimes he has committed against the Stark family?
I haven't thought about this. I don't think so. I mean, I don't. Perhaps. I don't think so. I think Littlefinger is going to die, but I think it'll be for a different reason than Bran just coming in and being like, "Look what he did." Yeah.
I hear you on that. What do you think's going on here, Mo Genie? You think it's possible that Bran takes Sansa into the weirwood net?
Most definitely. Most definitely. If Bran reaches Winterfell, there is a heart tree at Winterfell. This is the perfect place to show people visions. And, the Starks worship the old gods. And Bran is using the magic of the old gods. So it'd be perfect to show Sansa all the deeds that Littlefinger did. I just think in the show, it'll more likely be the Hound that breaks down all of Littlefinger's misdeeds to Jon Snow in the show.
You are on this Hound taking out Littlefinger. You believe that? We're going to see if that happens. We have over 300 people watching. We are joined now that came into the chat room. Lucifer meets Lightbringer. I don't know if a lot of you people are familiar with him, but I had the pleasure of working with him in the past and just recently on Gray Area's channel along with Quinn. And we did a nice podcast thing. So please, if you haven't had a chance to check out Gray Area's podcast thing, please check us all out on that podcast. We did a great job on it. I think we did a great job. He's a very knowledgeable guy. He knows his shit back and forth. And if you really like deep diving into the books, please check out Lucifer Meet Lightbringer. And he's going to be on one of these pregame shows. We talked about that. Would have been on this week, but this messed up with the timing. So, but look, we got a long season. So definitely check out my man, LMNL. Lucifer Meets Lightbringer, without a doubt. He has a great show, and he's very knowledgeable. And besides all that, most importantly, he's a cool motherfucking cat, man. And that's what it's all about, being cool and stuff like that. Next question, Mo Genie, we got one.
We got one here from the Night's King, and he asks, in the season 7 opening credits, it looks as though the Bay of Seals or the Shivering Sea is frozen. If so, then Eastwatch by the Sea would not meet in the Hound's vision.
Yeah. So this is someone pointed this out to me on Twitter, and I missed that. And I usually catch everything in the beginning because I specifically look at the beginning thing, and you could definitely see that lake is definitely frozen now over there. So I don't know how significant it is. Maybe now. Are the White Walkers going to walk around the wall? I don't know. You know what I mean? I have no idea what if that's going to be a factor in the show. What do you think, when you think that they just did that for to make it looks good in the beginning, or you think that really means something for the show?
I'm a little confused. What's the question?
Like on the opening credits, it shows at the top of the screen where the wall is on the opening credits. That it's frozen over by the Bay of Seals. So basically, there's no way that the Night King could cross by Eastwatch by the Sea that the Hound saw in his vision when he looked into the fire, because it's frozen over there. Or something.
So there's no way that the Night King could cross. I mean, I'm so confused right now. So
he's saying that it's frozen over there. So do you think that the way that because it's frozen, they're showing that it's frozen on, you think that means it's frozen during the show? And if it is frozen during the show, is that a way that the Night King can sneak around? Could he just walk across the frozen?
Okay. So can Night King just walk across like the frozen bay and get across the wall? I don't think they're going to do that because I think it'd be very anticlimactic. I think that
too easy. It'd be too easy.
Yeah. I think that the wall needs to come down. I think that's got to be the big moment in this show. So I don't think he's just going to walk around. It might just be like a little thing they did because it looks cool, maybe.
I just can't wait to see Tormund and the Brotherhood without banners run into each other and be like, oh, you're living? Well, we're fighting the dead. Let's be boys. And they just fight the motherfucking Night's King, man. That'll be sweet.
Yeah, I can't see why you have this big ass wall and then just go around the side. I mean, I understand that people could say it's a full sense of security and it could go down like that. But me personally, when you have a big ass wall that you claim is impenetrable, it's got to get penetrating.
Yes.
That's the only reason to have it. There's no other reason to have it up there. The wall must fall, and that's it. Pink Floyd, the wall. It's got to fall. Mo Genie, I think we have a question. Let me answer this real quick. They want to. I think it's Brandon Smith asked this. Brandon asked this. Do you think that it's possible that Euron's going to rape one of the sand snakes, cut out a tongue of another sand snake, and that's how they're going to show that he is that evil? You think that's possible going down?
I think he's raping Miss Sunday. I'm going for Miss Sunday.
What do you think? What do you think, Quinn?
I mean, him torturing the sand snakes brutally is not going to make people hate him that much, I don't think. Because people really already don't like the sand snakes. I mean, I feel like for him to show how truly evil he is, he has to do something that affects a character that people actually care about. So do whatever you want. I want the sand snakes to die horribly. So like, I mean, I don't necessarily want to see him get raped, but like, yeah, just die. Die horribly.
I feel like Miss Sunday is a character that's just wide open to get got somehow.
Yeah, I can't see him touching Missandei. I don't know how he would even come in contact with Missandei. I really don't like the fact that I personally just don't like the fact that he's raping my girl like that. But in all honesty, I just don't think that it's quite possible that he could even be close to her. So that I don't see how it happens. So I ask you this, Mo, how do you think that sea battle goes down, that he even gets a hold of Missandei? How is that going to happen? We see the clips of the sea battle. How do you think that's going to happen?
I feel like Missandei will be somewhere near Daenerys' side. Then somehow, some way, Daenerys will jump on Drogon and be like, oh, I've got to go save somebody because I don't know, maybe Tyrion will be in trouble on another boat somehow, getting beat up by some of Euron's men. So Dany says, I got to go save him. And Missandei will be all alone, sitting on some boat somewhere, and freaking one of Euron's mutes, one of his seamen, scoops her up and kidnaps her. And then, boom, takes her back. You know, maybe they give her the dusky woman part. I don't know, man. I'm just saying. They have to do something evil for us to care about Euron. How are they going to have somebody get got that we hate Euron so much that we'll hate him worse than we hated Ramsay and Joffrey?
It's Yarsha. And when he does whatever he does to Yarsha, that's the people that he would have that someone could care about. I think they're just trying to end the Dawn storyline, so I think that people might cheer when they kill the Dornish people. I think people in the fandom might be happy. They might have a party for killing them. So only one I can see is definitely Yarsha they would care about. I just think that the battle happens at nighttime. I just don't know if because I only see her being around Daenerys. And if Daenerys is there with her dragons, they don't lose that battle. And I think they lose this battle. I think this is the big L that Daenerys is going to take right off the bat. So I just don't see them losing the battle if the dragons are there. So I think that she can't be around. The dragons can't be nowhere around when he attacks them.
Oh, okay.
I don't see Missandei getting raped. I don't think that'll make people hate Euron any more than Ramsay. I mean, Ramsay raped Sansa, and people freaked out about Ramsay raping Sansa. That was like a huge thing when that happened. I mean, Ramsay raped Missandei. I feel like they'll hate him maybe just as much, and maybe not even as much because Ramsay has done even more fucked up stuff.
No doubt about it. No doubt. I think it would definitely take something else worse than that. I mean, I think they just have to show the inside of his ship. And they have a couple of warlocks there with their legs cut off, hanging from the rafters, screaming "Pre!" If they have these other people there and they just see it, you know, they make the ship look like a, you know, like a horror movie inside there. that blood dripping from the raptors and things like that. That is what it would be. It would take something like that. Do you think that's quite possible that if he does capture the sand snakes, that he ties one of them to the bow of his ship and he rides in King's Landing with them tied to the bow of his ship, Quinn?
I definitely think it's possible, and it would be like a neat callback to the Forsaken chapter. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I think so. I would love to see it too. What do you think, Mo?
I mean, yeah. I mean, they got to do some ghosts and goblins kind of things for us to hate Euron, for us to feel how disgustingly disgusting this guy is. I mean, you read the chapters, you know about the Forsaken chapter. I mean, the dude is a beast, man. I mean, to show that on screen, it's going to take a lot. I mean, we saw what Ramsay does. Ramsay was a monster. Like, to top that to the average show watcher, you're going to have to do some raping and some pillaging. You're going to have to do some purgatory and some, you're going to do some nasty stuff to top what Ramsay did on the show, man. You know what I'm saying? So I hope Euron, I hope we get to see the inside of his ship. I hope we see people with their guts cut out. I hope we see some of his crew, missing an eyeball and be like, yeah, Euron did that because he talked back to him or something. They just got to show us this guy's evil, man.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. So, Quinn, let me ask you this. What are you most looking forward to in this episode?
From the trailer, I want to see what's going on with Arya and that wolf. Yeah. I want to see if the wolf is Nymeria. I want to see if she has a pack with her. And I want to see how Arya and Nymeria react to each other. So yeah, I'm very curious.
Do you think that's going to happen?
Potentially. I hope so. I have hope. I mean, yeah. I'm just gonna say yeah and hope that it does.
I hear you. I hope so too. I hope we definitely see that. I hope we see what's going down there. With Jon Snow with the chokage of Littlefinger, what do you think's going on there?
Jon Snow's choking Littlefinger in the trailer?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Well, I mean, Littlefinger's running his fucking mouth, just like Ned choked Littlefinger in season 1. Like Littlefinger, I mean, Littlefinger is always talking shit. So I mean, he probably says something that Jon Snow doesn't like. Could have been anything. It really could have been anything.
No doubt. It definitely could have been anything. Mo Genie, got the next question up?
Woo! Next question. We got one here from Decipher. Does Jaime go to Highgarden and realize that the Tyrells are just as out of money as the Lannisters are, owing the Iron Bank? Are the rich families all a farce?
What do you think about that, Quinn?
I don't think so. I think just the Lannisters. Just the Lannisters. I don't think Highgarden is broke.
Yeah, I think they have to.
Not.
Go ahead, sir.
They paid for Joffrey's wedding, and that was like a huge thing. So no, I think Highgarden has money.
Yeah. Highgarden is not missing any pennies, folks. The Lannisters did the stupidest thing ever. Well, Cersei did the stupidest thing ever by killing them, half the family. Her father always told her, you think you're smarter than you really are, Cersei, but you're not. You're dumb as rocks. And she straight up loses all that money that the Tyrells have, and Jaime Lannister basically told her that last episode. The Tyrells paid for all the grain for the horses. They paid for all the stock and livestock and the food for the men and the soldiers. And you just got rid of our biggest allies, Cersei. So now what are we going to do? Oh, well, we got to go partner up with one of the craziest mother effers on the high seas now with Euron. So Tyrells aren't broke. Tyrells got big money.
Yeah, I think the Tyrells definitely have money because Mace Tyrell was saying that he would pay back the whole loan to the Iron Bank, that he could do it. And he would pay the whole loan for that the crown owed. He was willing to do that. So they definitely holding long dough. You know what I mean? There's no doubt about it. They definitely holding bank and stuff like that. We're gonna take one more question because I know Quinn's not feeling good. We want to keep him longer than we had to keep him and stuff like that, so he can rest up. He's got a lot of videos to make. It's a busy day for YouTubers right now. You understand what this night becomes because you got to watch the show, you got to get your notes, you got to do your reviews, you got to do your other. It's a big night for all YouTubers that people don't really understand that do this. This is a 15-hour night. People don't be sleeping this night.
Yeah.
You're up all night. So Mo, we got one more question.
One more question here. We got one from Jax31. Thoughts on how Sansa has yet to call Jon Your Grace? Anything there that we're not seeing? I think she is Team Jon, but that shit has me a little nervous.
What do you think about that, Quinn? We've seen a little beef between Sansa and Jon Snow.
Yes.
She's not calling him his Grace. You think that's as significant? So she's like, why do I gotta call you my brother? I call you Grace for real?
Yeah. I don't think that's super significant, but I do like the conflict that's brewing between the two of them. And I think Littlefinger will probably do a lot this season to try and feed the fire of that conflict. But as far as her not calling him Your Grace, I mean, she grew up with Jon Snow. He's always been her older brother. So I mean, she probably just still sees him as her brother, and that's why she's not doing the whole Your Grace thing.
No doubt about it. What do you think, Mo?
Yeah, definitely gonna piggyback on that. I just think there's nothing in that. I just think she just sees him still as her brother. You know, she realizes the fact that she treated him pretty badly, you know, when their father was, you know, when Ned was still alive or whatever. So, you know, she's gotten more humble, you know, now than she ever was to Jon. So I don't see anything bad in her not calling him Your Grace.
No doubt. So I just say, Quinn, I know you're not feeling good, brother. I really do appreciate you joining us right now. Hope you drink some orange juice. Hope you rest up and stuff like that. Looking forward to that Dusky Woman video. Can't wait to see that. Quinn, please let the people know where they can find you.
Get well soon, Quinn.
Yeah, thank you. You can find me at Ideas of Ice Fire on YouTube and Ideas of Ice_Fire on Twitter. And thank you for having me, Tony.
No doubt.
And that Dusky Woman video will be a part of my Euron Greyjoy saga that's been going on recently. But see you guys.
All right, take care.
All right, Quinn, take it easy, man.
So we are now joined by a Hypes Watch member, one of the originators of the Hypes Watch, one of the originating members of the Hypes Watch, the one, the only, the ladies' man himself, Sir L.T. Giles.
What's up, everybody? Sir L.T. Giles here. And, man, like, I didn't even think I was going to get on the pre-show today. I'm just hyped to be here. And, Mo, I haven't heard you say it changed the game once. And that shows me that episode 1 was not game-changing. So I'm hoping episode 2 will be game-changing. And we hear you say it changed the game.
All right, so talk about that real quick, LT. Were you not happy with episode 1, or did you like it?
Okay, let me tell you guys this. I love the show. I absolutely love the show. Tony, I wouldn't be here with you if it wasn't for the show. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't know the Hypes Watch. But episode 2 episode 1, I feel like it did not satisfy. I felt like we waited for over a year. I just expected a lot more. I mean, a bad episode of Game of Thrones is a good episode, but I just feel like it didn't live up to it. I was kind of disappointed, to be real.
I hear you. I mean, I'd say it's really tough to do an opening episode because, especially when you have a shortened season like this, you expect everything just to be boom, 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 boom. But they do have to do a lot of catch up stuff. You know what I mean? They do have to get people back in place. So I don't judge opening episodes myself like I judge other episodes. I give them a little bit of a bye for the opening episode, but you get no bye no more. Every episode,
no, of course,
right
definitely.
now has to be lit. If it's not lit from here right now, there's a problem.
So somebody on here mentioned this episode is longer than normal, right? Episode 2?
Yeah, I think they all are a little bit longer than normal.
Okay. And I'm happy about that because I said for years, this show could be an hour and 30 minutes. Like Walking Dead and other shows sometimes will be longer. This show could totally be an hour and 30 minutes if they wanted to.
Yeah, there's no doubt they could definitely keep it. So let me ask you this, and if you ever ask me where I got this question from, This is from A Game of Owns. Please check out Game of Owns. I was on their podcast, the most recent podcast, and this is what they do when you're on their podcast. They ask you for your most favorite moment, your most favorite own, and that's what I'm asking you out of respect to them. So, LT Giles, what is your most favorite moment from this last episode?
First of all, I was so ecstatic, everybody, when Tony posted that he was on Game of Owns. Look, back before I even met Tony, I was listening to Game of Owns back in season 3. It was a cast of kings. Like, after every episode, I'd listen to them and I'd listen to the reviews. And it's like, so these guys are old school, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, I'm just psyched that Tony was on their podcast. My 2 favorite episodes of this episode, were when we saw the Night King and all the giants. Because last year, Brand said in the teaser to Bloodraven, he said they have no idea what's coming. And this scene showed us they have no idea what's coming. Look at all these guys and the giants. I mean, they're going to have to, team up and to destroy all these guys. And my other one, nobody else loved this as much as I did. I think it's just me because I love visuals. Okay, so when Sansa and Jon were going up, right before Sansa and Jon were going up, and Jon was, telling her, you can't question me, there was an aerial shot of over Winterfell, and you saw the Godswood, and you saw how big it was, and you just saw Winterfell, and that was my other favorite shot. Honorable mention is the Water Frey scene. That was awesome because I obviously wanted to see all the Freys die. But those are my 2 favorite moments.
I hear you. Those are great moments, without a doubt. Really good moments, especially for the episode. Mo Genie, we're gonna take a question from the chat.
Yes, indeed. We got one from CJ Ware. Do you think Euron will drink the shade of the evening on the television show?
All right, we got rules on Teflon TV. We got 2 rules here. Now, number 1, we refer to Yara as Yarsha, and we refer to shade of the evening as purple drank, sipping on some scissor. So, LT Giles, is Euron sipping on some scissor? Is he pulling a little way? All right,
I'll break it down like this. When I saw the season 6 trailer, I thought it was epic. I thought this season was going to be the greatest season ever. There were 3 great episodes last season. I thought Euron was going to be a beast. But no, he was a little bitch. And you know what? Who is this? It's a pretender. This is not Euron Greyjoy. This is TV Euron Greyjoy. He's not going to drink no shade of the evening. He's not going to fucking have a dragon horn. This is a pretender to me. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry for my negativity, but he's not drinking no shade of the evening. That would be just too smart.
There's a reason why in the pregame show we have people on for a half an hour, because we want a bunch of varying opinions. We don't want people that have the same opinion, or we would just have one guest on and have him say, or just have me on here and just say what I say. I like the fact that you don't like these things, and I'm happy that you are willing. You can express your opinion here freely without discrimination. What are you thinking, Mo? Are we getting some purple drink this season?
We're definitely getting some sort of concoction from Euron this season. I don't know if it'll be that purple slizank, but I damn sure know they'll have something where Euron will have a special cup, and that special cup will have like something black in it, and it'll look like black ink or something, like he's drinking the Kraken's juice. That's right. I'm going to call it the Kraken's juice, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, Emoji, if that comes true, then I'm going to give cool points to Dave and Dan, because I don't think they're going to do that. But if that happens, you get cool points.
I asked this question actually when I did Gray Area's podcast. Please check out Gray Area. We did a podcast there. I'm going to ask y'all this question. Now, we know that Euron Greyjoy, he has a lot of things. He's supposed to have a dragon horn. He's supposed to have a Valyrian candle. He has Valyrian steel armor. He has purple drink. If he can have, they show one thing in the show, and if they did, what would you want them to show? LT, out of all those things that he has, what's the one thing you would want them to show?
Well, Tony, I think you're a genius on some of your predictions, and one of your genius predictions is that in the books, since Euron's got Valyrian steel armor, that Jon will kill him and take it from him. I would love to see if they just come out with the Valyrian steel armor, but I doubt they're going to show that. But I'd love to see it.
Well, thank you for the compliment, LT, and I just have to agree with you on that. Mo Genie, what do you think is going? If you could pick one thing for him right there that he's going to have, what would you want him to have?
I was gonna do a future video on this. I had to drop that because this is right up my alley, and I'm thinking about Euron's gift to Cersei. And the video I'm thinking of doing will be what the gift will be. We've all known that the dragon binder is something he's supposed to have been had. But I think on this show they're going to go a little bit different. I don't think it'll be Tyrion that'll be Euron's gift. I feel like he might present her with something special. If you want to know what that gift is, I'm going to drop that video very soon. Check it out on my channel.
Moji, just a quick. Oh, sorry.
Twice now we have gotten people that don't want to expose nothing because they want to put a video out on their channel. You're gonna have to stop bringing things up if you don't want to.
Well, my question to Moji is: have you seen the leaked photos or no?
No, I have.
Okay,
not.
good. Then I'm happy for you because I'll tell you right now, I'm not looking at no leaked photos. I'm not looking at no leaked scripts for next season because I've already been spoiled on the Water Frey thing. That was part of the leaked things. I'm staying away from all of it next year.
Now this is my channel, so I will say the stuff that I'm making videos for, and I really don't care because I make videos for it anyway. And I'm just going to let you know and stuff like that the way it goes down. But you know, I would have to say that if they do have anything on this thing, that they definitely have to have the Valyrian steel armor. I think out of all the things that we have that we talk about, Euron Greyjoy, there's a reason why he has that armor, and there's no doubt that this is the only way Jon Snow is going to survive the battle with the Night's King. We already seen Jon Snow die once. It's quite possible because George R. R. Martin said that Jon Snow is like Beric Dondarrion, a fire white. We know that Beric Dondarrion has died multiple times. It's quite possible that Jon Snow could die multiple times because we hear him say, "If I die, please don't bring me back." Why would he say that? Unless he's going to die again. It's like when he says to Ed, "Don't knock down the wall while I'm gone." That means the wall is coming down. You got to look at these things like that. And now I'm going to give you, I've told you people before that that Euron Greyjoy, if you're a fan of Teflon TV, you heard me say that Euron Greyjoy is the Valancourt, and we have proof from the opening episode. We get the line from Euron Greyjoy. He specifically says, "I am a man with two hands." And we know that it says in the prophecy to strangle Cersei, wrap his hands, plural, around your neck. And he also points out to the people Euron does in this episode that Jaime doesn't have two hands. So the person that's going to strangle and kill Cersei Lannister with his two hands, and I see in the comment section that, hey, maybe he was talking about his hands because of his big cock. I don't think it was that. I think it's because he's going to strangle Cersei with his two hands. I think that's how it's going to go down.
Tony, I just wanted to say that I don't think that we're going to get Euron's Valyrian steel armor, but I'll tell you right now, and LT doesn't make promises, I can't dance. I have no rhythm, whatever. But if that happens and you have me back on the pre-show, I'll bust the groove.
All right. So look forward to seeing LT Giles dancing on Teflon TV before the season's over, because we know that we know that's definitely going down. We know that's going down. I can't wait for to see LT. Listen, LT, we're gonna hold you to it, and we're gonna pick the dance for you to do, and the dance we're gonna pick is the Running Man. I want to see LT. The Running Man. I want to see you do
I know the Running Man.
I know you know the Running Man. I know you know the Running Man. I want to see the goddamn Running Man, LT Giles, doing the Running Man.
I'll give you all the Cabbage Patch right now.
No. I want the Running Man. I want the Running Man. That's what I want to see, goddamn it. I would love to see that. That's what I'm looking forward to right there, without a doubt. Oh, do we have another question going on for LT Giles?
We got one here from Jedi Grey. Is it me asking the question, or is it LT?
No. I thought I misunderstood. I thought Tony said we have a question for LT. I was like, really, for me?
All these questions that we're asking, you're the guest on this show. LT said all for you, baby.
Okay.
Every question's here for you, buddy. All right, the question's from Jedi Grey. do the White Walkers go around the wall and go, or do they go straight to Dragonstone from around the wall?
No, we've answered this question a little bit before, but we didn't get LT's take on it. Do you think the White Walkers are going to go around the wall?
No, absolutely not. You know, I think they're gonna somehow get through the wall. Maybe it's the some kind of horn, or maybe it's because Bran got touched. But here's a question. I'm gonna give a counter question since you guys probably answered this question, and this is something I want to see. Will we see any kind of dialogue from the Night King, from the White Walker at all throughout the series? That's a question I got.
I don't know if we're going to see dialogue from the Night's King. I don't know. I think they may keep him silent the whole time. I think it may go down like that. What do you think, Mo?
I don't like. I think it would ruin the mystique and the mysticism, the voodoo magic that the Night's King possesses if they show us that he can talk. If he sounds like a bitch and he sounds like a little girl, you know, he comes out there like, "Hi, I am the Night's King." I'm not gonna be scared of the motherfucker no more. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be scared of his ass no more. So they gotta keep him quiet and silent for the mystique.
You know, just going back to it, a part of me thinks too, like when he killed Bloodraven, you would have thought he would have said something to him, but he didn't say shit. So I think you guys are right.
Yeah, I can't see them making this motherfucker talk. What are you gonna say? I'm coming for you. You're mine.
Well, when he sees Jon Snow, he's gonna be like Kylo Ren, China.
What you gonna do? I mean, he does. I put this out there in a video, a recent video I did. I'm going to ask y'all this question. You ain't gotta agree, but I think that it's quite possible that there's some type of similarity when you look at the way Bran Stark looks and the way the Night King looks. They look a little similar there.
No, I saw that, and I thought that you were right on the money, but I'm just hoping not, man. I really am. I'm hoping not.
So do you think it's possibility that the Night's King could be Bran Stark?
You're not the first person I heard this from. My roommate's brother-in-law came to the house, and I guess he read it somewhere, and he told me the same thing. And he was telling me how like it's gonna be brother versus brother at the end. It's gonna be Jon Snow versus Bran. But I don't want to believe it. You might be right, Tony, but I don't want to believe it.
No, this is not my theory at all. As I said in that video, it was a subscriber of mine who brought the question up to me, and I was just answering the question. So what do you think? Do you think the Night's King could possibly be Bran Stark? Is that the way it's going down, Mojini?
Say it again?
Do you think that the Night's King is Bran Stark?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, we saw the Night's King kill the three-eyed raven. I don't see why, if he was Bran, why he would kill the three-eyed raven, because he'd still need to learn more stuff, and I don't see Bran just straight killing the teacher. You know what I mean? It's like Mr. Miyagi, you know what I mean, in Karate Kid. You're not going to see, you know, Ralph Macchio kill Mr. Miyagi, is you? No. So it don't happen like that. And, you know, the Night's King might be a Stark. He might be a Bolton, but being Bran, absolutely not.
I got a prediction right here on Teflon TV, and this is my same prediction for the book. Although we don't know who the other champion is, we haven't found out in the book. But I'm calling it right now. There's going to be a fight between Jon and the Night King this season. Jon's going to get his ass kicked, and next season, Jon will defeat him. But Jon will get his ass kicked this season. That's my prediction.
I hear LT Giles says that Jon Snow will go one-on-one with the Night King this season, and not only will he go one-on-one, he will lose this battle and then come back for round 2 stronger and better and take the Night King out in the second. It's quite possible that could go down. I could see that definitely going down, you know what I mean?
But the difference in the show and the books is in the books, the Night King will have Benjen as a hostage and use that against Jon.
No doubt, I hear you. So We have had over 300 people faithfully since we have started, and I just like to say thank you for all you people out there that support the pregame show. You know, we are the original pregame show. You know, we started this thing, and anyone who's stuck with us after all this, we really do appreciate you and for sticking with us and rocking with us, and all the new people that just got here. This is the first year here with the pregame show. Thank you for joining us. We're really, you know, we're not a big YouTube channel here, but we like to get all the opinions from a lot of people and, you know, just have a nice little conversation here about everything. I have another question here quick from Brendan Smith right here. And he has said, how many episodes this season will we get a Brand Vision flashback? So how many Brand Vision flashbacks are we going to get? And I will even up the question to what flashback will we get from Bran Stark if we get many? What do you think there, LT?
Okay, so it's been confirmed that there's an actor. Well, okay, I don't know if it's been confirmed, but there was a guy. Somebody made a video talking about there was a guy that was going to play Rhaegar. So I'm thinking we're going to get at some point the tourney at Harrenhal. And I'm going to be so happy when we get that. Because, you know, we got to get more information on who Jon's parents are, and by seeing fucking Rhaegar and seeing this tournament, we can see, and maybe it ends with Rhaegar finding Lyanna and she's in that laughing tree. That would be just so epic and mind blowing because we don't get. There's so much stuff that's been cut out, and you know, Dave and Dan said, I wish I could find it, but they said they would not cut out no POVs, and they did. They cut out a lot of POVs, so I'm hoping we get this.
No doubt. What do you think, Mo Genie?
What was the question?
What was the question? Are you pulling you pulling T baby on us right here? Is that what's going on here?
Nah, man, I got so many questions in the chat. It's going live out here, man.
Hey, shout out to Moji for holding down the chat.
No doubt. So the question is, do you think that we're going to get a vision from Bran? How many visions from Bran will we get, and what will the visions be that we get from Bran?
Absolutely. We get at least the Rhaegar vision this season. We're going to get pieces of Rhaegar, you know, and we may get another vision where Jon shows the Night's King to Jon and shows him how far along he is past the wall and how many soldiers are in that army, so Jon can strategize on what he's going to do.
Moji, you mean Bran showing Jon, right? Because you said Jon showing Jon.
Yeah, Bran shows.
Okay, all right, cool.
No doubt. And people up here, I know we have the Game of Thrones people putting the time about to start. We go off every week at 8:30, so we always gonna have a half an hour to get ready and watch a thing. You know, 6 o'clock to 8:30 every Sunday. The pregame motherfucking show for Game of Thrones prediction show that we're giving you here. So always take a look. Please subscribe. And please hit that thumbs up button so more people can find out about it, so we can have more people. I like the fact we have this many people, but we can get a couple more in there, no doubt about it. It could definitely go down like that. Oh, so question LT Giles I would ask you is this. When we see Littlefinger getting choked out by Jon Stark, what the hell's going on there?
All right, real quick before I answer this question, I want to tell everybody, you know, LT, story time. So I'm going to tell y'all, this is the kind of person that Tony is. All right, so when Tony was kind of small, you know, his first started his channel, I hit him up and said, House Giles is allies to House Teflon. And he said, all right, make yourself warden of your area. Tony will take anybody in, man, as long as you're a good person, as long as you love the community, Tony will take anybody in. So no matter how small your channel is, hit him up and he'll give you an opportunity. All right, so I don't know. I guess I agree with what everybody else says. Maybe he mentions Jon's parentage and then, you know, he gets choked up. I mean, that's the only thing I can see because, like, what else would he say? Like, your Sansa should be king and then or queen and then he chokes him up. Nah, I think he mentions the parentage. Because we go back to see what season was that where Sansa and Littlefinger were in the crypts and she said, yeah, and he raped her and he got that look. So I think Littlefinger knows.
It seems like that could be a possibility. Mo Genie, why do you think that he's getting choked out, Peter Baelish, by Jon Snow?
I think that he's getting choked out because he tells Jon his mother was Lyanna Stark and that his mother, Lyanna Stark, was having a tryst with Rhaegar Targaryen. And that pisses Jon off because that says that his mother wasn't honorable and she was having sex before marriage. That's what I think is pissing Jon off. That she got in the woods and was tumble drying with Rhaegar.
Yeah, you know, it is quite possible it could be a situation like that. You know what I mean? Who knows? We shall see if it goes down like that. I think that maybe I don't know if Littlefinger is that bold to say that to Jon Snow and just get dragged up. I think when he says that clip, all your brothers are alive and you're still here. Well, I think he says something like that, or maybe he ain't supposed to be down there to begin with, and Jon just grabs him by his neck. But go ahead.
Could I ask you just? I know this doesn't have much relevance, but just quick question. We know in the books that Ned's bones haven't reached Winterfell. Do you guys think in the show they're there already?
Say it again.
Do you guys think that Ned's bones are at Winterfell? That they buried him there. Do you think the bones reached Winterfell in the show? Just the show, not the books.
Oh, on the show, they're for sure at the crypts of Winterfell. Straight up, they're at the crypts of Winterfell. Littlefinger gave Catelyn Stark the bones back when the War of the Five Kings started, if you remember. That was like
because he did the same. Oh, I don't know if he did, but in the books, we know Lady Dustin doesn't want to put him back there.
Yeah, in the books, nah. She Lady Dustin doesn't want them passing the neck. She guarantees that.
So do you guys think, okay, I know this is not going to happen, but I just have to ask because I'm fucked up and I'm feeling good. So Tony and Moji, do you guys think it would be cheesy if they brought back Sean Bean and he was a ghost figure like on Star Wars and he was talking to Jon? Do you guys think that'd be cheesy or would you guys like that?
Like an Obi-Wan type situation?
Yeah.
I can't see that shit. You better not give me no goddamn Force Ghost Sean Bean. I don't want to see that shit right there. What do you think?
I mean, that would just be a little too, off if they just, let us get a ghostly Sean Bean, in the show. It'd be like a Christmas story, you know what I mean? Like Scrooge,
Yeah, he was the ghost of fucking Winter's Past, Sean Bean.
The ghost of Winter's Past and shit.
Yeah, we can't. I don't think we can have that. The Ghost of Winter's Past. I think
maybe we could get advice from him. Like, remember when Simba was telling Mufasa, "You said you always beat her for me." So maybe Sean or John could be like, "You said you always beat her for me."
No doubt about it. This is the pregame show. We are here to make the time go by faster for you, so you have something to do while you anticipate what's going to happen this episode. Before the episode happens, what do you think? What are your pre-episode predictions, LT? Give me a rating that you think, without just from the clips that we've seen it. But what do you think it's going to be? You think we're going to be? Are we in for a good one? This one, this is going to be.
They're gonna up their game tremendously. I gave last episode 7.5, so I'm predicting that I'll give this episode an 8.5 or a 9. So I saw in the trailer and I didn't catch it that Nymeria might possibly be in this episode. So if she's in it, oh, that's gonna make me so happy.
I hear you. We got another question real quick. Do you think we're going to see a white Hodor? Or what do you think, Mo Genie? Answer first and LT after that. A white Hodor, is that
absolutely possible? That's definitely been in the cards for a while now. Everybody was already looking for the White Hodor last episode, season premiere, when the giant White Walkers were there with the Night's King. Everybody was searching through the crowd for Hodor's face, and Hodor wasn't there. So that D&D are setting it up to show us a White Hodor. It's coming, ladies and gentlemen. Just you wait a second. Just wait a second.
What you thinking, LT? White hold.
I just want to know, are you guys ready for this? It's funny. I get thoughts to my mind that spark my brain, and I wish I would have thought about this before, because I would have made my own video about it, about another prediction, and probably nobody has ever made this prediction. This is what's gonna happen. So we're gonna see a White Hoarder, right? All right, right? But guess what? So somebody, I don't know who, the Whites are going to be trying to kill. And Hoarder is going to turn his cloak on the Whites and protect that person and defend them. And he's going to die from the Whites. Watch. That's my prediction.
All right, that's LT John's prediction. We will see a White Hodor, and he will turn his cloak on the White Walkers and protect the people from the north and go back on that. We shall see. I mean, White Hodor, I mean, it's quite possible it could go down and stuff like that. We shall see what goes down. We shall see what definitely goes down there. I mean, it would be great, and I think that that's something that they should do, especially when you see the actor. He was just at the panel with the other people, so he still sees kind of associated with the show still. So I think it's quite possible that we could see a White Hodor without a doubt.
He has been on Game of Thrones podcast many times. The actor that plays Hoarder.
I know. I actually have a thing going on with them about this dude and stuff.
We got a rack of questions here. I'm trying to get to every one of them in the chat, guys. Just slow down. I'm trying to get to everyone. And the next one's from DJ11, and he asks, since Sandor was able to see in the flames, did he see in the flames when he was burned in as a child as well, do you think?
Well, this is a Mace the Pain thing that he said a long time ago, that he thought that it wasn't the flames that scared him, the burning. It was actually that he saw something when he was in there. What do you think, LT? You think that's what happened?
You know, I'm really confused about this whole thing, because it's like, who is it? Somebody was saying that possibly, you know, since Maester Payne, I'm not Maester Payne, I'm sorry, the Hound was by Beric and Thoros, that he could interpret the flames, but I'm not sure what he saw in the flames. I mean, they said something about an arrow, but maybe, who knows? I mean, I don't know. You know?
It's quite possible it could go down like that. And right now we are joined by, I don't know the name of her group right now, but she's rolling by herself. But you know she's got people with her, so I'm trying.
Alicia motherfucking Kingston, the Lord Commander.
She is the Lord Commanders of my chat's guard and of her new thing when it does get branded out there. She's the one, the only AK-47, Alicia Kingston.
What it do, my peoples? Happy Thrones Day to everyone. Thank you for having me on, Tony. LT Emoji, always glad to see y'all, all my good folks in the chat. Let's talk about some stuff.
No doubt. So why don't you give me your own? Give me your favorite moment of the last episode of Game of Thrones.
Favorite moment? Shit. I think I have two. I don't know that I can choose one over the other. You know, the very beginning with my girl Arya taking out them phrase. Yeah, I mean she is a bit psychotic. I'm not gonna make no frills about that. She's got a dark side, but she's handling business, and I love her for it. And the second one is with the Hound. The top knot trolling was beautiful, and just to see his growth with burying that father and daughter that he had mugged earlier in the seasons was just awesome.
No doubt. I would like to say to people in the chat are asking for T-Baby to be on the pregame show. She has been on the pregame show many a times. She's part of the small council, and we definitely will have her on this year. That's just a given. That's not even like a question that's going to happen. So that's a given. And as LT has said, if anyone wants to be a part of the pregame show, you don't have to have a YouTube channel. All you have to be is a subscriber of mine. Like my video and just say, hey, I want to be on the pregame show, and hit me on my Facebook page and let me know when you're available, and we will put you on, because I don't believe that you need a YouTube channel to have an opinion. I think all you need to have an opinion is a camera and a microphone, and if you have that and you want to get on the pregame show, please contact me. I'll be more than happy to put you on for half an hour and hear exactly what you want to say. And that goes out to everybody out there in the chat and everyone else who watches this later. So definitely going on like that. So let me ask this, Alicia, now that you're back here, let me ask you this question. We have talked a lot about the sea battle. How do you see this sea battle going down tonight? Do you think it will be as epic as it looks? And how are these people bagged up? Are they away from Dany? Is Dany there with them? What's going on here?
Damn it, that mute button got me. I think the sea battle is going to be every bit as epic as I think it is. Because if there's one thing that Dan and Dave do right, it is definitely the battle. They're fucking phenomenal. I love all of them. So I think we're going to see a really, really good battle. I don't think it's going to bode well for Team Daenerys. I think there's going to be a whole lot of discords put in after that. You know, I see a few people getting captured and taken to the Mad Queen that is on the Iron Throne right now. And I don't see any of them that do get captured surviving. But I am very much looking forward to this battle, and I hope that it happens in this next episode. It seems like it will.
No doubt about it. Some people may say that, you know, maybe you don't believe that I'll put anybody on, but you can ask Mo Genie. Mo Genie was just a person in the chat, right, Chimo? And now he's my co-host with me, but he was just a regular cat like y'all, and he used to come by, say some comments to me and stuff. We got cool. And now he's the co-host of the show. When we put people on, that's how we do here. And speaking of Mo Genie, do we have another question from the chat?
Absolutely. We got like 100 more questions. If the show wasn't on in about an hour, we'd just go on forever with all these questions. You know what I mean?
You know how we're getting in them rabbit holes. That's what we do.
Yes, indeed. We got one here from Sam R. Shout out to Sam, always in the chat, always out here. What do you all think will happen in the crypts of Winterfell when the Night's King comes? The bodies with the iron sword are protected, but what about the others? Plus all the other characters who died in and around Winterfell. So if you're a book reader, you know that in the crypts of Winterfell, the old Stark kings, the Stark kings of yesteryear are buried down in the crypts of Winterfell, and they have bronze swords protecting the bodies. And then those swords were taken by Bran and Hodor and Meera and Jojen Reed when they escaped from Winterfell back when Theon Greyjoy took over the castle. So no, Sam, those Stark bodies wouldn't be protected anymore because Bran and them took those swords back in book 1. You know? Well, what do y'all think?
No doubt. We're going to start with AK-47. What do you think about that question?
Damn mute button. All right, I think that's a very good question. Shout out Sam. I've always thought that the iron swords on the statues were not done for regular purposes. I think it was because, one, they didn't want to show guest right. If you're not supposed to be down there, then you are not supposed to be down there. And two, because the Night's King is a necromancer, their iron, fucks with, spiritual and magical beings. So it's not necessarily to keep the spirits in, as we've heard from the books and I think the show, but it's to keep the Night King from drawing those souls out to fight for the army of the dead. And as far as what is going to be down there, I don't know. I'm expecting a lot, but I feel like I'm overreaching in what I want to see happen.
Hey, chat, go check out Walking Bread because Alicia is awesome as Michonne.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so shameless plug if you like The Walking Dead.
I had to do it, girl, because you my home girl. I had to do it.
Yes, as of issue 52, I voice Michonne. So check us out. I'm not great, but it's always a fun time if you like.
You are great. Don't stop being modest.
Go check that out. Definitely, you know what I mean? We'll have the link to Alicia's channel on there. check her out. She is great at what she does. She's also a very good author. And so that's what, check out some of her works and stuff. LT Jobs, what do you feel about that?
All right, so all right, this is it's cool. All right, so somebody. Oh no, okay. I want to give a shout out to my brother who's in Cali right now and won't be able to be on the reaction show tonight. James Michelle. So in the books, he says that Stannis will win the Battle of Ice and he will take Winterfell, but then the Night King will come to Winterfell and attack it, and that's how Stannis will die. So I think the same thing's going to happen in the show. I think Jon will head to Dragonstone and talk to Daenerys, but Jon won't be there. But I don't think the Night King will go down into or whoever it is in the books will go down to the crypts in the show too. If he takes Winterfell, I don't think he will go down there. I just think he will take it and then head south, because that's his ultimate goal, is to take out humanity. So I just don't see him going down there. I just see him heading south and conquering.
No doubt. Mojini, you got some, how you feel about that?
What I'm thinking is the crypts. I just, these type of things. I don't think the Night King even reaches Winterfell. I think they fight way before Winterfell. A lot of people thought he'd reach, King's Landing and all that, but nah. I think they fight near the Dreadfort or, by the Umbers or something like that.
No doubt about it. What up to Miss LA Rockstar in the building? What up to Brian McGee? What up to Curtis Williams? What up to T Baby? What up to Michael Rashawn? What up to Thrones Volume? What up to everybody out here still rocking with us live? We really do appreciate you and really do appreciate everything here. So what we're gonna ask AK-47, what is Euron's gifts? What will they be?
I don't think it can be anything but the Sand Snakes, and possibly Yara, because we've seen in the trailers that Theon washes up on the shore by himself. So I think Yara was probably in the fight, and we know Yara is a badass. I appreciate her character a lot. And I think it's going to be definitely the Sand Snakes, or at least two of them. At the very least, two of them. And Yara, and that's gonna we might have a repeat of the Septa Unella situation going on.
No doubt. Mojini! I think LT and we already answered that question, so let's get a new one going.
Well, let's get a new one going.
I just want to have the curry that it was promised when I go to Ice and FireCon next year, because I wasn't able to make the last one, but I'm going to go to Columbus, Ohio and kick it with AK, and I want the curry that was promised.
The Don Tony Teflon is going to definitely be at Count of Thrones next year. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say to pick one above the other. I would never say that. I think they're two different experiences and stuff like that. Had a good time at both of them, but I can definitely tell you that, obviously people from Game of Owns have a lot to do with Count of Thrones. I'm cool with the people from Game of Owns. Another plug for Game of Owns. If you don't know who that podcast is, I was on their last episode. Please check that out. Please download it. Thumbs up it, or whatever you do, 5-star, and tell them that this is the greatest podcast you ever heard because I'm on it. That way I can get back. That's how we do it. That's how we rock it. But it has been getting very. I've talked to them, and people seem to be enjoying it and stuff like that. So I shout out to anyone who has watched it, who has downloaded it, and has given them positive feedback about my appearance on. I really do appreciate that and all that. What up to my girl, Cheryl, Queen Cheryl Strader.
All right, we got next question here from Marco Minko. Do you think Bran or the Hound will tell Sansa that Littlefinger is the one who betrayed Ned Stark and Sansa will sentence him to death?
AK, it's always with you. New first guest.
Say that again, Mo.
Do you think that Bran or the Hound will be the one to tell Sansa that Littlefinger betrayed Ned in King's Landing?
I think because of their locations right now that it's more feasible for Bran to be the one to tell her. He's closer to Winterfell. Got to the wall. the Brotherhood Without Banners is still in the Riverlands, so they still need to like get across the neck and past Smoke Kalen, past Grey Water Watch, and all that to get to Winterfell still. So I think it's gonna be Bran.
LT.
What's funny is the first person I think to mention Littlefinger's teleporter was Jerry, and I think the Brotherhood Without Banners could use it to get to Winterfell, and I think they could tell Bran. Tell John. But if John gets two people to tell him, then yeah, definitely. Or in Sansa, whatever, and that might be how Littlefinger dies because they both tell him how he betrayed Ned. And you know what? Littlefinger is a snake, so he deserves everything he gets.
Well, I think that Bran is gonna try his hardest to get out of the black, and Ed is gonna be like, I don't care if you're Ned Stark's firstborn son. You're not going anywhere. You're staying here with us at Castle Black. And Bran's gonna be like, please, sir, there's a Night King coming here, and he's gonna destroy the wall. And Dolores Ed is gonna be like, no, we are the Night's Watch, and we will stay here until the wall falls. And then that's just going to ruin Bran getting to Winterfell. That'll take forever. Because Ned's not just going to let Bran and Meera just walk through the front gates of Castle Black. So I actually think that the Hound will be the one to reach Winterfell first and tell Sansa that Littlefinger is the one who betrayed Ned Stark. I don't think it'll be Bran that gets there first.
I hear. Now we have a question here. This is a question from Queen Strader, and she asks, will Tyrion end up a lord on a vineyard with his own wine, parentheses, the Imp's Delight, or will he have his tongue cut out? Now we know there's foreshadowing for both things here. So what do you think is going down there? AK, we start with you, then go to LT.
That is a very interesting dilemma. Tyrion even said it himself. His going to be what gets him in trouble. So it honestly would be a shame if his tongue did get cut out, because he's a brilliant guy. For all his faults, he's got a lot of redeemable qualities. So shit, I don't know that I could call that one way or the other just yet. I need more information.
I hear you. LT, information.
All right, my answer is going to be short and simple. Tyrion's not going to get his tongue cut out because he drinks and he knows things and he's clever, and nobody's going to do nothing to this dude because George's wife said it's his favorite character. So Tyrion, I'm sorry, Tyrion is safe. Nothing's happening to Tyrion. He's going to make it to the end. That's my word, and I'm sticking to it.
I hear you.
That plot ought to be live.
You heard him. You heard him say, happy wife, happy life. What are you thinking, Mo?
My main man Tyrion ain't going nowhere. He's chilling. He's untouchable. He's untouchable, Teflon.
It's quite possible he could be untouchable. I think it'll be. I don't know how many Lannisters will be alive to keep the name of Lannister. I don't know if the Lannister name will go extinct. I mean, it would serve them right for what they did to the Reign. So it would be, if their name did go extinct, that's what they're known for, making other houses go extinct. So if the end, at least is the last we hear of the Lannisters, it does seem quite possible that could have happened. But I think that for show purposes, number one, Peter Dinklage is definitely untouchable. I don't see anything bad happening to this man for the rest of the show.
Hey, but Tony, they might, Dan and Dave might want to get rid, or not Dan and Dave, but HBO might want to get rid of him because last I heard, he's the only one getting 1 million episodes, so maybe they want to get him. To save money.
Jesus Christ, he's the only one getting 1 million episodes? I would thought Kit Harington would have commanded some.
Well, maybe they renegotiated their contract, but last I heard, Tyrion was getting 1 million episodes.
Shit, that's more than they were getting on Friends in that prime. So what is going on, Mo? We got to get through some of these questions. We only have a little bit of time left. Let's keep
Oh, my goodness. We got about 10 more minutes until the pregame show is done. So we'll be here every Sunday at 6 o'clock to 30, man. This is what we do, folks. We love it. But we got 20 more. We got 40 more minutes till the show starts. So let me hit y'all with another question. We got this one from Peter Romero. Shout out to Peter in the chat. Been here since the beginning. He asks, what advantages, if any, does Littlefinger have to gain by telling Jon of his heritage?
Can we go to AK with that?
I was actually going to ask. I need to rumigate a little bit on that. Say that again one more time. I'm sorry, Teflon. You know, sisters and siblings usually rub off on each other, and I'm pulling a full T, baby, right now.
It's all good.
You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me.
I'm sorry, Charlie Murphy.
All right.
One more time, please.
The question is, what advantages, if any, does Littlefinger have to gain by telling Jon of his true parentage?
You know, I honestly don't know. I mean, I'm like Brienne in last episode. Why the fuck is he still there? I mean, we know he wants that ginger mange, but it doesn't really fit within his character. You know, he could be doing other things in the Vale and other places working behind the scenes like we know he always does. Like, that's his MO. He's behind the scenes. He wants to rule, but he doesn't want to do it directly from the Iron Chair, you know? He's got all these minions running around. So I don't know.
No doubt. Real quick before that, people have asked about a post-game show. Tony Teflon the Don, I show love to other YouTubers. I never did a post-game show. My peoples do post-game shows, so you could definitely check them out. The Hypes Watch, Fill the Issues guy, and think Smokescreen does one also. I'm not the type of guy to step on somebody's toes. That's not what I do. I didn't start the post-game show. I started the pre-game show, so I stay in my lane. I do what I do, and that's just how I get down. So that's the reason why you don't see me do my own post-game show, but I will pop up on one of their post-game shows throughout the season if they ever have.
You got people stepping on the pregame show though. Happened today though.
Real, you know, we gotta talk about that right now. We having a good time right now. So let's go on to the next. LT Giles, how you feel about that? LT, how you feel about that question?
Oh, my bad. I was muted. I just want to say that Tony's always invited to the Hypes Watch for our after show. You always have a place at our table. And I apologize. Was the question was Littlefinger talking to Jon, or what was it?
Damn, LT, Teflon's invited, but not me, huh? I feel you. I got you.
Oh, you always invited too, Mochi. I don't know. We had you last year. You're down. You're down.
Damn, that hurt.
No, you're down too, man. My bad.
All right.
What was the question? What was the question again?
The question was, what advantages does Littlefinger have to gain by telling Jon of his parents?
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So, remember LT said it. So, basically, Littlefinger is telling Jon this to try and confuse Jon and get some game, because Littlefinger still feels that Sansa is the one who should be Queen of the North. So, he's going to tell Jon this to try and just confuse Jon. So, that's my answer. He's just trying to confuse Jon.
Could be. What do you think about that, Mo? How you feel
about the advantages of Littlefinger? I feel like there's no real advantage. You know, there's no cards that Littlefinger can hold over Jon. I mean, Jon's king in the North. You know, if he holds it back, then Jon will just find out from Bran. Bran knows now. So I don't really see it as an advantage. I feel like Littlefinger could use it to his advantage by making Jon like him a little bit better, instead of being known as like a squirmy little weasel that Sansa's going to tell Jon that's what Littlefinger is. You know, maybe Jon, maybe Littlefinger can get in Jon's good graces a little.
No doubt. What up to all my people chilling out there? Do or die, Bed-Stuy. You know what it is? Got my family live out there in Bed-Stuy, my goddamn self. You know what I mean? Living up in them brownstones. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. That's where I spend my Thanksgivings and shit at my aunt's crib over there. So that's who it is. You know how it is. You know what I mean? Queens, New Yorker, smooth talker. This is what we do. It's the
always New York love, man. Always. I might be in Ohio now, but New York is my home. Brooklyn, baby, till I die.
Brooklyn, we go hard. We go hard.
Right.
We go, yo, LT, we go hard for real. We don't sound like that when they go hard.
Hey, I'm fucked up, so give me a pass.
You get the pass. You definitely get the pass on that, without a doubt. We got a couple of these questions. Just go keep them pushing. Mo Genie, you got another one?
Yeah, we got another one.
That's that Floyd Mayweather year right there.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me go up a little bit. T-Baby asks, has Littlefinger planned for Dany's invasion?
Has Littlefinger planned for Dany's invasion? Has he made a plan to combat Dany in an invasion? What do you think, AK?
I don't know about that. You know, Littlefinger, he usually is on point with his intrigue and all of his plots. But I honestly don't think he really believes anything about the White Walkers, much less dragons. So I don't think, though, either one of those two fronts, I don't think he has anything planned for. He's winging it. And I think that's probably part of the reason why he's still at Winterfell now, because he's trying to gather as much information as he can to see what he needs to do to change his plans forward.
No doubt about it. No doubt. LT, what are you thinking?
All right, so I'm giving a challenge right now to Tony Teflon. For a lot of us old school fans who follow Tony since the beginning, I'm challenging you, Tony, for your next video. I don't care what it is, to put the old thumbnail of the guy pulling the strings, because that's what Tony used to say back in the day. He pulls the strings. Littlefinger definitely knows because he pulls the strings. Littlefinger knows.
You know, we still got the new thumbnail does project me pulling the strings. It's still got the same thing, you know what I mean? We still pulling the strings. I still say that in the video time to time here and again.
I just missed the old thumbnail, man, because that was back in the day, you know?
Yeah, it was. But I made that fun thumbnail with paint. You know, so, we had to upgrade it a little bit.
Let me upgrade.
You know what I mean? Mo Genie, what do you think about that?
I don't think Littlefinger has a clue about what's going on, you know, off and across the Narrow Sea, or, you know, knows that Dany's now at Dragonstone. Littlefinger's got eyes only for the Starks right now. And he's got his eyes in particular for one Stark, and that's Sansa. He's got, you know, as somebody just said in the chat, he's got tunnel vision. So he's trying to get up in that. Littlefinger's been trying to get up in that for 4 seasons, maybe 5 seasons now, folks. So,
yo, I've been saying that for like 2-3 years now, man. He want that ginger mange. Sansa is Catelyn 2.0 for him. He wants it.
There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. That's just definitely flawed. But before we bounce up out of here, as always on Teflon TV, the innovators, the one who start the trends. We have another trend that we always do, and we found is called Rep Your Hood. So what I would like you to do right now is put the place you are repping, put your hood in the chat, and I will put it right down there and let everyone know what's going on, where you are from. So that way we could let everyone know that Teflon TV is motherfucking world motherfucking wow. We got peoples anywhere, and people step to us. They know what's going to happen. We stomping people out. That's just how we do. So please put it down in the chat, and let's get this thing popping real quick. Let's see real quick. We got Peter Griffin repping Chicago. We got Rich representing Middletown, New York, not too far from I'm rolling that. Mo Genie repping Virginia. Jay Tong, Chicago. We got Lucifer meets Lightbringer. He is representing San Francisco. We got Isaiah Alexandra, Trinidad, Tobago. Throne Life, Knoxville, Tennessee. Toledo. Elizabeth Sky, the UK. Steve Mack, San Diego, California. Todd Fallon, Britannia. Book Music, Cologne, Germany. We got Vanessa Monero from my hometown, chilling in Queens, New York. I'm from Blood Gushing, Flushing. Where are you from? Herb Thomas, Jersey City, New Jersey. LA Rockstar from Cape Cod, Massachusetts. We got Windsor, Canada from Furious B. Daytona Beach, Florida from Tanner. Mojini, you want to read some of these out?
Oh, man, we got Columbus, Ohio. We got Windsor, Canada. St. Louis, Missouri. Daytona Beach, Florida. London, England. Compton in the Watts. Boston, Detroit. Oh, my God, Los Angeles, Honolulu. Greenville, North Carolina. Newborough, Australia. Oh, my God, Tampa, Florida.
Tina, Sarah representing Phelan. Michael representing Columbus, Ohio. Felicia representing Texas. We got Malcolm Gee representing Amsterdam. Send me some over there, brother. Brian representing Phoenix, Arizona. We got Suar representing Iraq. Get it over there. Get on safe, brother. We got Michael representing Kentucky. We got Peter Romero representing Florida, Palm Beach, Florida, to be exact. Oren Joseph representing Trinidad in the Caribbean. Michael representing Westeros.
Hey, yo, Teflon, real quick. I just gotta show love to all my West Indian people that are in here. AK Lord Commander of the Mad Queens, our new title, so y'all know, is also from the West Indies. Guyana born, baby, always.
No doubt. So thank you for everybody joining us. Thank you for Sir LT Giles. Thank you for Alicia Kingston. You can find their channels on. Please, Alicia, tell people where they can find you before I go through this outro.
Yeah, there's several places you can find me. Honestly, I always say you catch me on everybody else's stream before you catch me on mine. However, for tonight, because the Game of Thrones season is strong, I will be live streaming my reaction during the episode. So if y'all want to chit chat, step on over to my channel and we can talk as the episode progresses. If you like LT said, appreciate that, LT. If you like The Walking Dead and you're interested in the comics, head over to the Walking Bread channel. My boys Josh and Alex are doing some awesome things. We got a great cast together and we're voicing all of the motion comics. So head over there and look for the Mad Queens every Monday after each episode. We're bouncing around channels, me, T-Baby, Lady D, Monero Geek TV, and that's just what we do.
No doubt. Definitely check them out. They definitely got that knowledge. They got everything you need there. LT Giles, let the people know where they can find you.
I'm lost for words right now. I'll tell you why I'm lost for words, because we saw somebody who repped their hood from Iraq, and it's like, this show, these books have brought so many people together, and there's somebody in Iraq watching it, and I know what the country's been through, and it just brings joy to my heart that there's somebody from Iraq watching this show or listening to Tony Teflon, and I'm just happy to be here. And you can find me on the Hypes Watch, and I do my own review after the show, and just love to all, man.
Yeah, love to everyone throughout the world. All the people in Iraq and all the ladies around the world. Tony Teflon Adon is single, you know what I mean? So holla at me, baby. Mojini, we'll let them know where they can find you.
Oh, what's going on, folks? This is Mojini kicking it off. It's Mojini, baby.
The king of the north.
Y'all know where to find me, man. MOEJII on YouTube. I'll be in the link in the description. Teflon will handle that one. And I'll be down in the chat after the video, man. Y'all know where the hell to find me, man. Come subscribe. The man does what he does.
No doubt. So you know what I mean? If you know where to find me, I'll have my show up there, pregame show. We will be back here again next week, 6 o'clock, 8:30. Different guests, more guests back. And if you want to be a part of it, hit me on Teflon TV. All you got to do is be a subscriber of mine and hit me on Teflon TV on the Facebook page. Tell me you want to be a part of the show. We will figure out how to get you on here for a half an hour. And that's how we go. Love to have, maybe we'll do a whole show with just fans, just people from the chat, so y'all can get up up here and say what you got to say, you know what I mean, and get yourself started. That's how a lot of people start their own YouTube channels that way, you know what I mean? So that's how you get it popping. And hey, let's just have some fun at that. And if you like the way we do this, please thumbs up this, please spread this across the realm, and please subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace!
And stay sexy.
Hasta.